how come that fish didn't have it? He had it, he just didn't have enough of it. Perfect place, laying right under the shade of the little overhang. I'll be back for you. There's a gazillion. Oh, right up there next to them. Ah. See him out there. I'll have to make 1,000,000 flips today. Pitches. Man.
Flip after flip after flip. He said it'll take 1,000,000 flips. That's what he does though. It comes natural. Little Eddie Carper out there.
Somewhere on this point right here, there ought to be a fish. Ought to be a fish.
Man, it's
Somewhere right here on this point. If I can find it and make it bite. It's typically your big fish too. There's one right over there. I'll be over there for you.
There ought to be one living right there, Eddie. Go ahead and jerk him up out of there real quick, boy.
Man, if I was a betting man, I'd say there's at least been one right there.
Ain't no doubt, my friend.
Should be there now. Why it's not? It's perfect.
This place Eddie Carper in looks so fishy. This is a flipper's paradise. They're all playing hard to get, though.
Is it fair to say that Eddie spent most of his life in a flipper's paradise?
I say that's fair to say. Might flip out. I think his favorite show was Flipper as a kid. It seems like every cast should be a bass where Eddie's at right now.
I just want to go back to that flipper reference.
Yeah, we were going down the road. We were probably going to have a talk to you about.
Listen, if I can get a song parody in, a little Gangster Paradise flippers, that's what I was going for there. You didn't acknowledge it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I didn't pick that up. You got to work on those a little bit. Oh.
Eddie getting a lot of short strikes today. Could be up that river, seems like. Probably some spawners. Or that bird. Maybe, I don't know. Might have pecked his line or something there. But we've seen him swing and miss several times this morning up that river, and I'm sure that's just spawning fish. Just short biting that big creature bait. While Eddie re-rigs, we're going to check in with the sponsors that make it all possible here at the National Professional Fishing League, and we'll see you on the other side for more Lake Hartwell action. Anderson, South Carolina.
This is my passion, and this is my tackle store. Because Fisherman Central is owned and operated by a group of anglers who are as passionate about fishing as I am. That's why you'll find the highest quality tackle from names you know. Plus hard to find lures designed to give you that extra edge on the water. And they all come with expert advice on how to use them. It's like having a tackle store in your neighborhood, no matter where you live. So visit one of our 2 Ohio locations or shop online from anywhere. At Fisherman Central, our passion is catching.
So if you don't know about me, I was in the military for quite a while, and in that process I picked up the habit of chewing tobacco. I came across this stuff last year, midsummer, and started using it, and now I don't even use tobacco at all. If you don't know about Fully Loaded Chew, it's a non-tobacco product that contains nicotine. Fully Loaded Chew offers a variety of nicotine strengths. They have Fully Loaded, which is full nicotine, Half Cocked, which is half strength, and zero nicotine options for you. So if you're looking to completely kick the habit, they have something that's going to fit you. They have a variety of flavors. So if you're used to chewing a certain thing, they have something that's going to fit what you're used to also. To sign up for their monthly subscription service or to get your hands on any Fully Loaded Chew product, head to fullyloadedchew.com and grab some.
Are you looking to install your own fishing electronics? Well, the Bass Tank is here to help you. The solution is the Bass Tank Power Harness. It takes the guesswork out of installation. No more voltage issues or interference. Designed by an engineer so that you can get professional results right there in your own garage. Installation done right with the help of the Bass Tank Power Harness. You can feel confident knowing that your installation was done right. The Bass Tank Power Harness. Give us a call or order yours today at thebasstank.com.
Welcome back to Lake Hartwell.
I've had,
Eddie Carper.
on like my social media pages, I've had a lot of comments about why do you jerk so hard? That right there is why I jerk so hard. That's the whole reason behind it. You have to lay it to them.
I told you.
You notice what that fish did is he bit, and as soon as he bit, I set the hook and he headed to deep water, or deeper water, as fast as he could. And every bite you get's gonna do that most of the time. Sometimes they'll just sit with it, but usually they get it and they're, you know, a lot of times they're up here on the edge of these bushes for one reason, and that's to feed. And as soon as something comes by, they grab it and they haul tail toward deeper water. And sometimes there's just nothing you can do.
I remember that being one of the first things I learned about bass fishing. If you get a hit and it goes to deep water, more than likely it's going to be a bigger fish. I remember my dad telling me that when I was a kid.
The only thing that might have helped that is braid. Because that's why a lot of people flip with braid, but this is this 20-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon. I don't like braid around bushes because it tends to wrap around the bushes, and if you get one on, it cuts into the bush, and then you got no chance to get it.
That's interesting.
But more often than not, that line will wrap around them little old limbs, especially if the wind's blowing. So that line will wrap around the limbs and stuff, and just, it's kind of a nightmare. Probably be all right today, but
Braid also makes noise.
I just always flip with a fluorocarbon, 20 or 25.
I like that point of view too, because a lot of times you think, oh, heavy cover.
I rigged this particular bait right here. I use a 5/0 Gamakatsu offset shank hook, 5/16 Woo tungsten sinker, and a Woo tungsten bobber stop. And that's the magic that normally works for me. The shorter baits, I'll use like a, heavy wire flipping hook. Like I got that Rondi bug, wherever it's at, rigged up. But I don't want to experiment a whole lot because I know they'll bite this right here, and I want to, once I get 5 in the box, and we'll start experimenting a little bit with some of these other flipping baits. But I don't want to stay with the Big Daddy until that happens. Should have had a limit already anyway. I just loused up, especially on that one right there.
Yeah, that bait he's flipping now is a bigger profile flipping bait without a doubt.
Looks like a Zoom brush hog, the full-size brush hog. There's been a few caught on that, flipping bushes over the years.
Mercy.
Especially around the spawn, post-spawn.
Hopefully this will set them up good for me. And then it'll be game on here in a little while. It'll be starting to happen now anyway.
Sun's starting to create a little more shade line.
Set these bigger fish up next to these bushes in the shade pockets.
And it seems like we're going to have plenty of that in the forecast for today and tomorrow.
No doubt about it.
slick too, ain't it, boy? She's slick.
And the good part about it is we got a long ways to go today. We got a long day. Hopefully I can get another 14, 15 pounds, maybe something like that. And we'll get a long day again tomorrow. Because the bite was awful good yesterday afternoon when I come in here. Come in here about 1:30, I guess, 2 o'clock. And it was bang, bang, bang. Happened pretty fast.
That thing's loping. See that blah, 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 440 Hemi, that son of a gun, coming through the daggone track.
Eddie Carper way up the river here on Lake
Fish around this
Hartwell.
point right here, and I'm gonna duck through there.
Just
That tree
showing us
out
a little
there.
different look than
I
what a
don't
lot
get
of our
bit in that
leaders are doing.
Oop, hit the side of my boat.
Different area of the lake. While Eddie flips around, we're going to take a look
Oh,
back at
big
some of the
shot.
morning's highlights so far, B, as we get into this 10 o'clock hour. Time is ticking on by. First flight due in at 3:30, last flight 5:30, so still a lot of fishing left to go here on day 2, stop number 2 in the National Professional Fishing League.
There he is.
Brandon Perkins, co-leader, tied for the lead, A1, Tennessee angler. Familiar to holding up those shields. Showdown Saturday.
He's used to those high pressure situations here at the NPFL. He's put himself in quite a few of them.
But Mallory shared the lead. Perkins. Slow
Off to a slow
morning.
start, but plenty of confidence. He knows it's coming. He knows it.
3 fish in the boat so far.
Got him.
Mike.
Got no other way.
Mike Corbishly
That bop in the box score.
hasn't updated that Way Live app, but our unofficial leader, by my math so far, him and Brandon Drew 6. Spent most of the morning sight fishing there, and B, as far as our coverage today with the 5 guys we're looking at, sight fishing not really panning out as much as far as bed fishing is concerned.
Agree. I think a lot of the guys, when we talked about coming to this event, we're at the tail end of the spawn, right? And we've heard a few guys say there might be another wave coming in, but it sounds like the spawn's about over with. And we talked about something too. A lot of the guys did good yesterday catching those off the beds, but no more pulling up. That's the end of it.
Not as many. It's tapering off for
Not
sure.
as many. I don't want to, say no more, but yeah, man, it's tapering off. And I figured the herring fishing guys, the guys that are familiar with it, had me hyped up. I was thinking we would see more of that bite today.
This morning early,
This morning,
yeah.
yes, sir. This morning, but it's just, I don't know. I don't have any answers for you, Luke. I don't know what to tell you,
Looking at the
Bobby.
leaderboard, though, not a lot of movement. I mean, it's a lot slower this morning, and I think that can be attributed to a lot of the ones that were going to bite, bedfish-wise, they got weighed in yesterday. Not a lot more coming up. So guys are going to have to change their patterns, and we're hearing some of our leaders say, hey, there's a lot more company out here on some of this stuff, where I had it to myself yesterday. But the overwhelming theme is that main lake, those points, those flats on that main lake, and we've seen it with Brandon Perkins. He's sight fishing, but not necessarily for bedding fish that are just kind of recuperating up next to cover. Saw him catch a big one on that Magdraft earlier, but really the story so far is Mike Corbishly this morning and those schoolers out there on that main lake, and they're starting to chase bait. Those herring are starting to do their thing a little bit.
When he caught that good one, he said he had more with them. They were more with him. They were more with him, man. Learning, a lot of you guys not familiar with the herring lakes and different things. I'm always learning because I'm not that smart. So like what he was saying is, when you catch a good one that's with a wolf pack and you're bringing them you're reeling him, which is good, but the other ones are coming. So once
right.
they spot the boat, it's kind of, oh, we see what's going on. So it's hard to capitalize on those.
Pull that school
Sure.
to you, and you need them out
spark
there
them
where
up a
you
little
can.
bit.
Yeah, and you need them out there where you can cast at them. So we see Mike picking up that trolling motor a lot, moving spots, changing, running and gunning, and we see the same with Brandon Perkins. He's burning down the trolling motor. Kind of a two-man race so far today between those guys, but I'm telling you, we had so many fish catches yesterday, so many guys stacked weight-wise. It's anybody's ball game still
Well,
going
we're
into Showdown Saturday, and it's super early so far.
Hey, the Bass Tank boys are moving up there, man. John Sokup moved up. He's making moves. Jesse Wise. Kevin Rogers is making moves. Like it, shaking and jiving.
Absolutely. We're going to take a look at that unofficial leaderboard right now. And Mike Corbishly, we're going to give him a hard time because, unfortunately, he has not entered his weights on the beat down mountain.
He's going to catch a beat down if he doesn't.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to have a talk to him at the end of the day. But Brandon Perkins unofficially on top there. Josh Teat, a new name in that top 10. Jesse Wise, John Sokup, the crappie king himself, Kevin Rogers, who narrowly missed getting the camera today, doing something that we talked last night a little bit. He's chasing those herring chasers out there on those points, but a little different technique, and hopefully we'll get to get into that tomorrow.
So.
Not going to expose that today, but certainly he's a live scope guru. We'll leave it at that, but he is out there fishing those main lake fish, fishing really fast and running and gunning, and the crappie king has slid back up into that top 5. Bryant Smith, California's Bryant Smith, somebody we see a lot in our top 10.
Absolutely.
We covered him. Really, he's that guy that, and he had a tough event at Cumberland, but he's a guy that I expect to be in our AOI race down the stretch, that Progressive Angler of the Year race.
$1,000,000%.
Sure.
He's just one of those guys when you meet him, you talk to him, you see what he's done, how he carries himself, you're like, yeah.
Fishes a lot of events. He's in the Bassmaster Opens. He's in the NPFL. He stays fishing all the
He
time.
has that demeanor that we see in a lot of champions.
No doubt about it. Randy Kukral, Todd Goad, the local right there, William Fletcher, and Jeff Barth rounding out our unofficial top 10. Of course, all of these weights will be made official this afternoon starting at 3:30 p.m. Green Pond Landing there in the city of Anderson, South Carolina. And B, I'm jealous that you and I aren't in Anderson. I've seen you down there running around earlier this week, all the restaurants. The hospitality is amazing in the city of Anderson.
It's good old folks down there, man. It's a great place to go. And here's a good thing. We go to a lot of places. That is one community that embraces the fishermen. You feel welcomed. Everywhere you go, it's fisherman-based. The hotel we stayed at, the Hampton Inn, they had boat parking. They had electrical outlets out there. It is a community that is built around the fishermen, Anderson, South Carolina.
And no doubt about it. And one thing that we all forget, though, in all the hospitality talk, the most important thing about going to a lake is the fish. No, the food. Yeah. the fish. I see where your mind's at. Yeah. We're hungry this morning. But the fish and Lake Hartwell is absolutely loaded. We're going to get back out to Brandon Perkins right now and see some of that Lake Hartwell action.
That's a good one, too.
Looks like Perkins still working that similar stretch that we last checked in with him, but you hear him talk, big one, there's a big one, there's a big one. I don't blame him for not leaving it.
So it seems like they're still around the fish, just those fish aren't biting like they were yesterday. Almost everyone we've talked to this morning, I'm seeing like they've been around the fish. Just we got a case of the lockjaw this morning. And he's still hit up with that Magdraft, man. He's trying to get another kicker, trying to upgrade.
And I'm not saying you can't catch a small fish on a Magdraft, but it is certainly, you're targeting that 3-pound plus fish when you pick up a bigger profile swim bait, especially in this clearer water. Now, I've caught plenty of 2-pounders on a Magdraft as well, but you're head hunting like you mentioned earlier.
Give me a little, because I'm not familiar with the Magdraft. I've never thrown it, but I hear a lot of guys throwing it. Of course, I've seen it, I've held them, I looked at them, but just that particular bait in that profile, what is it? It doesn't have a big thump, does it? It's just more of a streamline?
It really doesn't. It's a very, I don't know, you can't, and these guys, the technique, you fish it fairly fast, right? But you can't really burn it. It'll roll over, but it's just a steady retrieve. You can see here with Perkins, but there is something about the action that thing puts out. And the reason I think we see a lot of guys use it up shallow like this too, it's real easy to skip. The hook is held into the bottom of the bait. It's got a treble hook that comes on the bait, but where it gets its name, Magdraft, has a magnet in the bottom. So it actually it's got a slot in the bottom, so the treble kind of slides up, hides along the belly, which helps it swim that keel. You don't have that free hanging treble, but you can skip it really good around tight cover. Doesn't hang up a lot, so I think that's one of the benefits of it.
Yeah, this is me exposing myself. When Magdraft, I had no idea it was called Magdraft because it had an actual magnet in it.
Yeah,
so
it has
I
a
just learned
magnet in the
something.
belly.
Bless my heart.
But it's certainly been a player the last few years.
Absolutely, you hear about
You
the
know,
mag. Yeah, for
late
sure.
pre-spawn, spawn, and then the
It's one of
post-spawn.
those lures that come out, and you see a lot of other lures similar to it now.
Oh,
Since the
yeah,
Magdraft has
yeah,
been
that's
out,
right.
and rightfully so. It catches them.
And there have been a lot of line through swim baits over the years that do this same
For sure.
type thing. Brandon actually said last night he has a swim bait that he likes to throw around Pickwick this time of year that's really his favorite. And he said he couldn't get these fish to even react to it at all. And so he bought some Magdrafts. He said, man, I've only got like 2 or 3. I've never
I was there for
used
that
it.
conversation.
Yeah.
And the reason I asked you to break down the Magdraft because the bait he was referring to, it's a similar profile. He's just sitting there cruising, looking, isn't he? He's just waiting to see one to cast
Trying to
out.
add to that live well. We're going to go from Perkins over to Mike Corbishly. Dang it. Mike's been sandbagging a little bit on us this morning.
Oh.
Mike off to a fast limit this morning. If you're just joining us, great day yesterday. He was sitting in 4th place.
An update on throwing your weights
Some
to
exciting
Fat Cat.
topwater action.
What's that?
Tell me the weights you just threw to Fat Cat.
I put in 12 pounds, 3 ounces. Yesterday, I messed up. I realized I was weighing them, forgot I was weighing them with my clips all day. So I was a little bit high. Usually I'm a little bit low. I'd rather be on more of the sandbagging conservative side, personally.
I get you.
But, you know, still had a great day. These are correct today, or should be. I took off 3 ounces for all the cool tags. Math can be hard. Don't have a, computer in front of me, but should be all right. And yeah, so we got about 12 pounds. 12.3, I think is what I put in.
We appreciate you,
So,
buddy.
I've got 3 that are like a pound. So, or a pound and change. So, I mean, I feel like there's fish schooling.
Oh, here we go.
Let me stop. They're too far away. I feel like I should be able to catch at least some 2.5s, 3 more 2.5s. So that'll put me around that 15 and change. And if I get, I don't want to say lucky, but if I get lucky, maybe I'll catch another 4 or 2 4s, 3 4s.
Let's just get greedy.
It'd be a lot of fun. I'd like to have about 26 today. I think that would be good. Maybe catch an 8 or 2.
Catch 26
pounds.
sleep
That's
in
my
tomorrow.
goal for the week. I think that's what Fat Cat had when he won the Classic, and I think it was 87, if I remember correctly. So I think that would be that's a good target weight, at least for today. Tomorrow we shoot for 30.
I like him.
Oh,
Get tired of all these Fat Cat shout outs.
Hey, man.
I don't know what you're paying these guys.
Back-to-back
cats.
classics,
This is the problem I
1987.
keep having with these herring fish. Every time you put the trolling motor on high and you go one way, they show up in another area.
He did touch on something too,
Far
that
away now.
especially in tournament fishing, you don't want to be the guy that says I've got 22 pounds and comes in with 18.
No.
You want to be the guy that says I have 18 and comes in with 20.
And we've all been there. You get a little excited, you big eye 'em.
Here goes Bobby.
And he's gonna stop right next to me.
He said, oh, wait, that's one of those guys on the top 5 here.
Oh, we've got a rat boat there. Let's get in there.
Hey, was that Mike? Mike, what's up, Mike? You're fishing here too, huh? Now that Mike has updated for us his Way Live tracker for the leaderboard presented by Beatdown Mounts, we have him unofficially on that top spot. Oh, look at this. A couple pounds above Perkins right now.
And to no surprise, he was one of the names, one of the new faces this year, but he came in here with a reputation, didn't he? There was
No
talk
doubt
about
about it.
Mike when Mike came to the
great
TNPFL. You better watch him. He's one to watch. And
Marine industry professional. He works in the marine industry.
Understands how fish work. Great network system, I'm sure.
Great with his electronics.
Absolutely. He's all over the place, isn't he? I love it.
It's crazy hairy.
He didn't even, he just heard something behind him and cast it to. He's like, out, squirrel.
Mike's going to get them dialed in there, and we're going to get dialed in with some sponsor action. Take a quick look at the folks that make all this possible here at the National Professional Fishing League. We'll see you on the other side for more live action from Anderson, South Carolina.
So, you're looking to buy fishing electronics, huh? Are you also looking for true experts to help guide you through it? Well, at the Bass Tank, you've come to the right place. We are live forward-facing sonar pioneers with thousands of hours spent learning, through winning trophies, cashing checks, and just having fun. Whatever brand you need, we have it. We offer free shipping, and we have 2 financing options available. Our experts are here to help you. Call us today or visit thebasstank.com.
This is my passion, and this is my tackle store. Because Fisherman Central is owned and operated by a group of anglers who are as passionate about fishing as I am. That's why you'll find the highest quality tackle from names you know. Plus hard to find lures designed to give you that extra edge on the water. And they all come with expert advice on how to use them. It's like having a tackle store in your neighborhood, no matter where you live. So visit one of our 2 Ohio locations or shop online from anywhere. At Fisherman Central, our passion is catching.
I'm Doug Chapin, and this is how I fish fully loaded.
Serving the marine industry since 1980.
That's 42 years.
ProGuide Lithium, power perfected.
Check them out at ProGuideBatteries.com or your local ProGuide dealer.
All right, guys, no insurance talk on beach day.
I'm down.
Yes, please.
Don't get me wrong, I love my RV, but insuring it is such a hassle.
Same with my boat. The insurance bills are through the roof.
Be cool.
I wish I could group my insurance stuff. Like the house, the car, the RV.
Like a cluster, an insurance cluster.
Yeah, I doubt that exists.
The bundle! It's a bundle and it saves you money! Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive and I couldn't help it over here. Super fun beach day, everybody.
All right, folks, back here in Lake Hartwell, Anderson, South Carolina, with our boy Eddie Carper out here flipping his heart away. That's what he does, man. He loves it. Had a great day yesterday.
Come on now. Somebody's cane pile. I think that's what that is.
We've seen him on this shallow brush most of the morning. And he has a vast array of flipping baits on the deck of that boat. From your big, larger profiles all the way down to your itty bitty stuff.
Some form of brush. I see old boy going down through there. Let's go over here to this point.
Talk about your morning so far.
Well, so far things have been somewhat slow. We have four in the well. I think we should have had our limit now. A long time ago we should have had a limit, but I missed a few key fish. But things are on par. I know what I got now is small, but I expect that to change. The higher the sun gets in the sky, it's going to position the fish where I can target them a little better. But so far the mornings went okay. I expect it to do nothing but improve as the day goes on. But if you notice how flat the lake is, that's why I made the decision. I looked at the weather last night and made the decision to start up here rather than out there. So I know it's so flat and clear and flat water is never good. It's never good. So my odds, at least the way I see it, my odds of improving upon what I got, my odds are better up here flipping and pitching this brush, because I can then sort of target individual fish as they pull up and they get confined to those shady spots. I think it'll be better here in a little while. They should be starting to set up now, but slick, calm, flat conditions like this, the bite is going to get tough today on the lake. It's probably going to be tough up here too, but I feel like I got a better chance at it here than I do down there fishing the clear water. Like I said, I think that good things are going to happen. I know good things are going to happen.
Positivity attracts positivity, Eddie. That's right, buddy.
Eddie's one of our favorites out here to cover.
Like somebody flipped the light switch.
Yeah, man. It's always got good energy.
Getting word that we got a little Watson on the water update.
Uh-oh.
Putting Skinny Dog Watson to work today. Let's check in with Worldwide Watson out on Lake Hartwell.
All right, guys, we caught up with Jesse Millsaps. Looks like he's got one found on a bed. Unofficially, he's in 11th place for the day. Not a bad start. He's got something figured out. Lab Rat, you're going to like this the best. Guess what he's catching them on?
Nice.
On beds. He's taking it, got up there earlier, and he's taken one Vienna, and he's smashing it onto a treble hook. And the juices that are flowing out from it, especially the hot and spicy.
Nice.
Hot and spicy, that's the ticket today.
Text
Calm water, remember, the Vienna hot and spicy, mashed on a treble hook, will catch the bedded bass the best.
That's one of my tricks, man. I started that
But
back in
I
87.
feel like my best chance at repeating my performance yesterday
Is that legal?
here.
Is that considered?
No doubt.
Is that live bait? You may have just got somebody disqualified.
I may have could have had a limit a little quicker
gosh.
down at in the lake, chasing the herring. But being in the late later in the flights, I may not have been able to get either one of them the two best spots that I got down there, I may not have been able to get on them anyway. Because other people fished them yesterday too.
From Eddie up in that dirty water back down to our day one leader, Buck Mallory.
Got somebody coming back here now.
Down chasing those
I'm probably fixing to run
clear
across
water
and
fish.
Some of that over there on that side. I've yet to fish any of that.
Slower morning for Buck. I believe he's got 3 fish in the box. You know, when a lot of folks think like Lake Hartwell.
Well, this kind of fishing is a lot about timing and mostly just covering a lot of water, and you got to just hop around and keep it going and hope for the best. And this is one of my better spots. It's not a good spot for numbers, but it's a good spot for big ones. I caught my biggest fish here yesterday. So I'm hoping for one of these great big suckers to come up here and eat. I'm seeing them cruising all over the place here. I just wish that we had just a little bit more wind, because I think it would work out better. Just a little bit of wind goes a long ways. Even though I'm really trying not to use wind here for myself, wind is going to be my best friend still. And there ain't a whole lot you can do about that, truthfully. But yeah, this is a big fish spot and nobody's really been fishing it, so I'm hoping to get a kicker here. We've got a limit. We're inching our way in. It kind of happened like this yesterday. I had a limit right off the bat and it was pretty small. Ooh. And then I just called up. I mean, that's all we can try to do here is continually get in here and get these bigger fish to come and grab our stuff. And I got right now, I got 3 looking at my minnow. I got this little minnow sitting out here, and I mean, they're like right in it. And all we gotta do is catch one slipping up.
So he's out there looking, watching the fish watch his bait while he's watching his electronics.
I mean, this isn't a very big one, but he's walking right to the boat with it, or trying to get it.
Buck unofficially in 33rd place because he hasn't updated his weigh live. So if he's got a limit, that's going to put him in our top 10 as well.
And sometimes it can hurt them more ways than one, because, you know, Beat Down Mounts incentivizes that for us.
Right.
You know, Weigh Live Tracker brought to you by Beat Down Mounts.
The guy that's close, right, to his estimate at the end of the event wins a Beat Down Mount. Oh,
hold on.
We're waiting, buddy.
Oh man,
I heard drag.
I screwed the pooch on that one. I just had 4 of them chasing it at one time, and one grabbed it and I pulled it away from him. I got to quit watching them take it. That is bad practice.
The electronics, double-edged sword, right?
Practice.
It can get you.
I know better.
You react before you should react, right? It's like running before you catch the ball playing football.
He's actually watching those fish come after that bait. Similar to what Perkins is doing, but he's using that finesse spinning rod approach.
Come on, take it.
You know, Beat Down Mounts, one of our fine sponsors this year on the NPFL. Just second season. We're fortunate to have a lot of great partners, and one of those is the Bass Tank. You mentioned electronics. They are the electronics gurus out there in Oklahoma, and we're going to check in. A lot of people are like, what is the Bass Tank? And we're going to let our very own John Hookup Soakup explain that for us right now.
Hey everyone, John Soakup, NPFL Pro and co-owner of the Bass Tank. The Bass Tank is an electronics accessory installation national shipping shop. We sell Garmin, Lowrance, Humminbird. We've been known for really focusing on the niche of the forward shooting sonar, like the live scopes, the active targets, and things of that nature. We've been able to take those skill sets and kind of put them on display with the NPFL, winning the first You Follow event with live scope. You know, we've always been fishermen, but the creation of the Bass Tank actually came from a basic problem that I had. In 2018, I was at the Forest Wood Cup, and I actually broke down at the Forest Wood Cup because of improper installation, and it came from the manufacturer on down. And simply put, the industry as a whole has kind of accepted, you know, bad quality of installation when it comes to electronics. And as the electronics industry pushes and creates more demand, more amperage, more things like that, there's a gap between what's actually being put out there from the manufacturer. And so there's a niche, there's a need that someone specializes in electronics. We're all fishermen. We fish professionally. Every single one of us fish to some manner. So we understand the fishermen, but we also are very skilled. My partner, Scott Palmer, is actually an engineer. So everything we do is engineer backed. And we're also backed by, you know, being able to field test things. And that's usually what I'm doing is I'm out there breaking things and Scott's behind the scenes fixing things. And so we know exactly how to take on a customer when they have a need of any kind. And I think everybody knows that when you're spending the kind of money that we're spending on boats and equipment, you know, everybody wants it to work. You don't want to break down in the Forest Wood Cup like I did because it wasn't installed right. And so we bring that same passion to each and every one of our customers. For any of your electronics needs, we ship nationwide, we have financing, and we also have the best installation in the business. No shortcuts, it's done right, or it's not done at all. So you can find us at thebasstank.com. You can call us, 918-509-7864. You can find us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Welcome back to Lake Hartwell. One of two day one leaders right here. Tie ball game coming into day two. Buck Mallory.
It's frustrating, but it's going to pay off. I can see from here, and I'm afraid to get any closer right this second, but I can see from here, right up by the dirt, there's a couple real big ones up there. But I've got so many in front of me here, I just want to do the best I can to get what's around here, at least a shot at it before I pull up. Too close anyway.
From one leader to the next, let's check back in with Tennessee's Brandon Perkins. Off to a good start again this morning. Good look at that Magdraft.
There's more than one. That one's like 3 foot long.
3 foot long.
There's
Big Billy Kelly.
5 for 20 laying right there. Oh
no.
Crap, one's trying to eat my junk.
Ooh. Oh!
Little one.
That's our second boom goes the dynamite play of the day right there.
Come on, baby. This is the smallest one of the bunch, and it's a good one.
Get in the boat.
Ooh.
Thank you, thank you.
Got a good look at those graphs from the Bass Tank there.
That's the smallest one of the group. Look, Cole, let's do this.
Nice.
We'd like to upgrade, baby.
Cole, Little cull in action. Peace out, bro.
Holla.
That big joker said, hey, Magdraft, you about to get got right here in the shallow water. Holy cow, great camera work.
This one's
Great
4
camera
pounds
work.
smaller than the one I broke off yesterday.
Well, Scott
I
Piper
can tell by
doing
looking
work.
at him.
We've come to expect that from old Scott.
This one ain't heavy though. $370. $370.
Closer to 4 than it is 3, big cat.
Yeah, when I threw in there, I was over that limb and she started chasing it. Right.
I actually got that part.
And I was like, oh God, please come over that limb.
That was awesome.
Because that's how that big one broke me off yesterday. She had me over the limb.
Dude, that good shallow water bite, seeing the Magdraft the whole time, seeing how the bass stalked it down. And, you know, I was wild. That was
I was
awesome
about to
footage
say,
by
is that's a
Scott.
terrible way to catch bass. That's probably not fun at all. I was setting the hook in the studio.
Dude.
There's something about that bait. It lulls them in. There's no doubt about that.
Dude, if y'all want to get, hey, fishermancentral.com is where you go to
Just
get your
around the corner.
Magdrafts.
I can't even
And
throw
anything
to
else
them.
you need.
All right, here comes one.
And he said that was a small one out the bunch.
They said there was 20 pounds sitting there. Like a daggum Tennessee eagle up there just on
Come
his
on, my
perch.
swim bait ain't even running right. Good night. Trying to figure out how to do this. I mean, I'm looking at her, and there's about 3 more with her, but I don't know how to do this. Oh, that's not the right one. Please don't eat it now. Okay. You kidding me? Yeah. And my line, yeah, there we go. Should be strong enough. Got him hammering out there toward them boats running. I went down.
He is Hawkeye.
Okay, I'm gonna
boy.
ease up my poles.
You hear him talking about he's trying to figure out his approach because they're so shallow you don't want to cast
I'm looking
and
at her,
spook
but that ain't
them.
the cast. I'm just seeing if there's anything else hiding.
Yeah, you don't want to make the wrong.
I'm not gonna make the cast till I
Yep. You want that right angle.
feel good about it. She may not eat, may have to fish it 10 times in the next 2 days, but she ate it sure enough yesterday. God, she's huge.
Oh, is this that giant he lost yesterday? He was telling us about this last
Whoa,
night. Same
there she
fish.
comes. Chasing a freaking brim out.
The 3-footer.
Said he thought it was a 7-pounder.
Oh. What have I got? That's line. Somebody's tried to snag her or something. She gone now. Yeah, there's still a 3.5 laying there. And he's scared too. I figured once I caught that one I'd jack him up.
Now, can he let this rest?
That's all good. I know where
Come
they're
back
laid.
later today.
Maybe, I would think so.
I mean,
Sounds like that big one's on
that
the
big one
bed,
right there gets me where I need to go.
Speaking of,
Yeah, he's seeing so many big ones in this one area.
How big did I say that
There's
fish
certainly
was?
something they like about it, right? Like there's more fish moving in, it sounds like.
Dadgummit.
Perkins is going to update that app for us, that Way Live app presented by Beatdown. We're going to get back over to Drew 6, who's been doing some sight fishing this morning.
And let these kind of regroup. Let's see here. Okay.
I think Drew 6 is making a little move, so we're going to jump over to Mike Corbishly. Mike having a great day so far. Got that much needed Hartwell kicker this morning.
It's been a similar backdrop. Every time we went to Mike this morning, I'm not sure where he is.
Move you just made, Mike.
Oh, well, we're about to find out.
Honestly, I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm junk fishing, you know. I'm surprised I wasn't getting bit, so I've kind of relocated here to a little shoal I've got. It's holding some fish. I feel like I should be able to catch a 2-pounder right here anyway, and Cole once. It's just so slick calm. Like, this is not ideal clear weather, clear water lake weather. Try to say that fast.
Clearwater Wick leather.
But essentially, I am just trying to do a little bit of culling. Just make me feel a little bit better. I'm gonna keep throwing top water a little bit, and I'm actually probably gonna go look for some bedfish here in a minute. It's slick calm. I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, this weather's great for the guys who are gonna try to bedfish all day long. But for me, I mean, I'm doing some bed fishing, yes, but I wouldn't consider myself an expert bed fisherman by any means. So I'd rather just, I don't know, stay away from them. I don't like being able to see them. So if I can catch, I think I can catch some more on top, and I think I can, like, I mean, even though it's slick calm, I mean, I just feel like this is the way I can win. Whether or not it's true or not, I don't know. You're either going to catch a good one, or you should either catch a good one, or you're not going to catch one. But I'll do a little bit of this, and I'm going to pick up a big swim bait for a little bit here too, because that's a good way to cull.
Tell me about this location.
This location, I have caught, it's like the most obvious thing in the entire lake. It's hilarious. But in practice, I caught a 4-pounder here. Caught a 4-pounder, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And yesterday I made the exact same cast, and I caught a 4-pounder, and it had another 4-pounder with it. So I figured, let's see if I can't catch the other one that was here. I didn't even go back down the stretch yesterday, because at that point it's like, if you can save a 4-pounder for the next day, I mean, they've been here, so it's, well, I say that, it's funny. One of the guys I'm staying with, Jesse Wise, he said that he fished this stretch and never had a bite. I was like, well, there's bass here. But we're gonna give them the meat and potatoes, though.
Attaboy. So I'm sitting here, man, it's calm, it's glass. The weather forecast for Lake Hartwell, looking at the wind, 1 mile an hour for the rest of the day out of the east. Tomorrow, different story. So if the guys we're hearing from today, seems like wind is an issue for most of them. Tomorrow it's going to start out not that windy. It's going to start out 2 miles an hour out of the southwest. By noon tomorrow, you're looking at 8 miles an hour out of the southeast. So those guys that are wanting wind, they're going to get it tomorrow for at least half the day the way it looks.
No excuses tomorrow then.
If a good southeast is good, you know how, sometimes fish out the east or wind out the east, they catch at least. I don't know about all that stuff, but they're going to get wind tomorrow. That's what I'm getting at, Bobby. And that might hurt the ones that it helped today, who knows?
Throwing this on a Cashin 7/8 swimbait rod with a 13 fishing concept A, 20 pound line. And it is probably one of the coolest bites ever in existence, if you can get them to commit to it. A lot of times they just follow it, but get around one of the right caliber. Ooh. You better hold on, boy.
I like Mike's confidence, man. Mike compared this lake to Kerr Reservoir, Carr as he called it, Bugs Island. Said these fish do the same thing here as they do there. We were talking to him last night. That's in your neck of the woods, kind of up there.
Yeah, it's 2 hours
Virginia,
south
North
of me,
Carolina.
man. Like you can tell, most of us Virginia boys, it's Kerr. It's Kerr Lake. But Carolina boys call it Carr. It's Kerr. Where I'm from, it's Kerr.
You were arguing with him last night a little bit. You're getting in his head.
Yeah.
You're getting in his head a little bit. But Mike Corbishly off to a great start to the tournament, day 2, keeping it rolling. He's got a limit. He's picked up a big swim bait. And while he's doing that, we're going to check in with the sponsors that make all this possible. And we'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you that have tuned in so far with us this morning on NPFL Live. And we will see you on the other side for more Lake Hartwell action.
This is my passion, and this is my tackle store. Because Fisherman Central is owned and operated by a group of anglers who are as passionate about fishing as I am. That's why you'll find the highest quality tackle from names you know. Plus hard to find lures designed to give you that extra edge on the water. And they all come with expert advice on how to use them. It's like having a tackle store in your neighborhood, no matter where you live. So visit one of our 2 Ohio locations or shop online from anywhere. At Fisherman Central, our passion is catching.
So if you don't know about me, I was in the military for quite a while, and in that process I picked up the habit of chewing tobacco. I came across this stuff last year, midsummer, and started using it, and now I don't even use tobacco at all. If you don't know about Fully Loaded Chew, it's a non-tobacco product that contains nicotine. Fully Loaded Chew offers a variety of nicotine strengths. They have Fully Loaded, which is full nicotine, Half Cocked, which is half strength, and zero nicotine options for you. So if you're looking to completely kick the habit, they have something that's going to fit you. They have a variety of flavors. So if you're used to chewing a certain thing, they have something that's going to fit what you're used to also. To sign up for their monthly subscription service or to get your hands on any Fully Loaded Chew product, head to fullyloadedchew.com and grab some.
Are you looking to install your own fishing electronics? Well, the Bass Tank is here to help you. The solution is the Bass Tank Power Harness. It takes the guesswork out of installation. No more voltage issues or interference. Designed by an engineer so that you can get professional results right there in your own garage. Installation done right with the help of the Bass Tank Power Harness. You can feel confident knowing that your installation was done right. The Bass Tank Power Harness. Give us a call or order yours today at thebasstank.com.
Back with Mike Corbishly on his perch. He's got his
Still spooky.
crab fishing boots on this morning.
Yeah, out there checking pots.
What you got there?
What's that?
What you got here?
There's about a 3-pounder that's been, I'm pretty sure he's on the bed. He's just been cruising around this tree the past day or two. I had him follow a swim bait out yesterday. I just saw him a second ago. I threw the Senko over the top of his head and he decided he was gonna go the other direction, so. I don't know. But, I don't know. There's been some good fish using this bank, so it's kind of.
So I don't know whether this is good or bad for Mike Corbishly, Big Cat, but just got word from one of our live fishing colleagues in the industry, one of the hosts there on Bassmaster Live, Ronnie Moore. Big Ron. He's always a stats guy. He said he made a college national championship with Mike Corbishly as his team partner.
6 hours.
At Eastern Carolina
left,
University.
so got till 5:30.
Checking in with us there. So shout out to Ronnie
Plenty
Moore,
of time.
the Bassmaster Live crew.
Congratulations on the new baby, Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie and his wife
It's
Sarah.
the most important part of catching a big one like that right off the bat. I mean, it makes you feel 10,000 times better. I changed my mind already. I'm going to a 4-pounder on the bed. I forgot he was
on the fly.
Mike's having a good time. As he moves, we're going to move to Eddie Carper.
Back where we thought he'd be, man. Something shallow where he can flip in that comfort zone, doing what got him here. Like, man, you just know they live there. He said,
Steady A this morning.
he's going to set down one flipping bait to pick up another flipping bait.
Go. That's what we need, a little tiny bit of wind, little tiny ripple on the water.
A little walking action?
Do some justice to me. Another one of them big old fish right there.
Seeing some up there in that stained water. I like how quiet.
Me too. I was about to say that too, man.
He's you can tell he's a shallow water dude.
Yeah.
Sure, that looks like a bass. It's coming right there.
Getting closer to that 11 o'clock hour, Lake Hartwell.
Can't quite. I mean, I can see their shape. They're shaped like a bass. That's the third one I've seen, and they're good size. You know, if they're bass, they're 4 or 5 pounders. They're nice. What I'm looking for. They're just sitting on the bottom, but they're not around the bush. They're just out in the open. I may have to pull out my secret weapon on these dudes.
Well, we want to see that.
Yeah, let's get it going.
Yeah.
From Carper back over to Drew Six, the Ohio angler. That was going to ride or die with sight fishing. He said, hey, this is my deal. It's what I like doing. I've got 400 estimated marked.
He's back on that bed.
On his graphs, got waypoints, and he said that's what he was going to do today. $17.7 yesterday, all sight fish. And we've been talking a lot. The overwhelming theme is, are the bed fish leaving? Is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse?
Yeah, Andy's also not, bed fishing with your typical setup either. Your typical bed fishing setup.
You see him doing a lot of reeling with this little bait. He sent us last night a little Z-Man Streaks, little soft plastic jerk bait.
Oh, I'm getting a little wound up here, man.
Take a deep breath, brother. You got this. Your time to shine. Look, hooked up.
Free in the mouth.
There you go.
Not big, but it's weight.
There you go,
Make
buddy.
sure it makes it that we should. I think we'll be all right. Yeah, we're good.
You know, as many bedders as he told us he had found.
He's going to have the good ones.
It's weight.
Yeah, well,
fish
that's my
3 times,
question
man.
is, we see
That
him on
crazy?
some smaller fish this morning.
2 more, bud.
Makes me wonder if some of
one
his
more
better
male
fish,
that we're going to work in here.
are they gone?
Right.
And this is just me
I got
armchair
find his
quarterbacking,
bed.
but if I've got some 3-pounders found, I'm not spending a lot of time, because it's like going to the grocery store when you're sight fishing. You can pick
Not
out
the start I wanted.
by the size you want to fish for if you've got them found,
Something
and
together here, maybe salvage a
fishing
check.
for some smaller. Yeah, see, he's saying, try to salvage a check. I think maybe a lot of his fish have gone today. 'Cause he was super confident last night that he still had a lot of big ones left.
What's that mean? It means it looked very pretty. Oh, it did? I gotta find his bed, man. Where do you live at, bro? Because I cannot pinpoint you, but I think you're gonna sit right.
First of the week. It's back on Sunday. These guys have been here almost a week. So a lot changes in the spring, changes by the minute, by the hour, by the day for sure. And we were seeing guys post on social, all these big ones up swimming up shallow. The full moon was in full effect. Just think things are changing.
Buddy, at Green Pond.
I waited for him to come back. I lost him beside the bud. Like, what are you doing? You just went back to your nest. Me, myself, and I? No, I'm just kidding. How do I get that shot?
I'm glad to see Drew joking and not too worked up. You know what I mean? Because 3 fish this time of day when you did so good yesterday can kind of.
He said he had a quick limit yesterday too.
Talking about those big ones you were a second ago, our guys Tanner and Travis, Lions, old twin visuals, man, they saw an 8-pounder just stuck to the bottom right there at Green Pond Landing, right by the dock, stuck to the bottom. But I also saw another 5-pounder cruising. And if anybody knows an 8-pounder, them Texas boys, them Lion boys, they know what an 8-pounder looks like. Like you said, they're
come back off of it a little
that was
bit.
a week ago.
Give her some space.
Go from Drew 6 to take a look at some of our action so far this morning out on Lake Hartwell, Anderson, South Carolina. The hospitality's been amazing, but the fishing has been even better, better than advertised. And this lake is one of, I think it's the greatest tournament venue in the country because so many different patterns play at times. And you heard that coming out of practice, but we're going to take a look at some of this action right now. Hasn't just been fast and furious, though, this morning.
No, it hasn't. No.
We're going to get number 4 right here, boys.
Such a great venue that the guys can spread out in a field the size that we have. Not a lot of guys fishing on top of each other for sure.
When you say venue, not just the lake is great. Lake Hartwell is awesome, but Green Pond Landing, out of the entire, if you're a bass fisherman, you're a tournament fisher. Luke, you've been all over the country. Green Pond Landing, is there one better?
That's where it's at. Yeah, I wish, unfortunately for fans, they don't want to see us go to the same lake 6 times, but we could certainly make a home there in Anderson, South Carolina.
That's amazing.
Mike Corbishly. Getting it done this morning. Drew 6, who was just with there. Sticking to his sight fish guns.
Finesse bed fishing.
The 6-pound line was his key.
Nice. In the mouth.
Attaboy.
Mallory also doing some sight fishing, but not necessarily bed fishing.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Buck, one of our co-leaders. Back over
to what a fish catch. Brandon Perkins having a good morning.
Having a great morning. Shout out to our camera guys this morning.
Absolutely.
Our camera guys are making us look good today out there on Lake
And
Hartwell.
asking the good questions. They're out there doing their job, getting the boys to spill the beans.
Any surprises so far?
Yeah. It's not I guess it's slower than what I thought it was going to be. It really is. That's the only surprise. You know what I mean? They're catching them.
We hyped ourselves up last night. We're having dinner. We're like, dude, we're not even going to have to say a word. They're going to be setting the hook. That's right.
Everybody we talked to, everybody felt confident coming into day 2, it sounded like.
You can tell it's changing, though, and as fish transition from that spawn to post-spawn, especially when it's that immediate post-spawn, it gets a little funky. They call it the post-spawn funk for a reason, and I think some of our fish are kind of transitioning to that, and then you're seeing them like what the Perkins pattern, Mike Corbishly, they're starting to show up and feed a little bit as well. So I think we still got some time for fireworks.
What about today's weather, though? You got high bluebird skies. It's calm. I mean, does that play well for a Heron Lake?
To me, when those fish are feeding and chasing those herring around, yeah, but man, where that wind helps you is with the boat noise, with them seeing you, hearing the splash off of the boat, hearing that trolling motor. It helps camouflage you a little bit. So I think that's why those guys want that. And for a guy like Brandon Perkins, if he had just a little more chop, it might make those fish react on that swim bait a little bit better. They get a really good look at it without that surface being broken up like that. So I think a little bit of wind, even for the guys wanting to sight fish, it definitely helps in that clear water, because if you can see them, they can see you. And like we've seen Perkins, Corbishly, Buck, we've seen Drew 6 try to sight fish this morning, they know you're there. After you get 2 or 3 shots at him, they know you're there, and we've seen that with Perkins, especially this morning. He's like, every time his head's on a swivel, he's like, big one, big one, big one. But they're not all eating. The ones that commit, they're on it, but he's getting so many more opportunities that he's not connecting on. So Big stringers are still out there. I think we could still see a 20-pound stringer before the weekend's over. You still think that potential's there?
1,000,000%, because the fish are there. The guys are seeing the fish. It's just getting them to chew. The fish are there. The quality is there. They are around those 22, 23-pound sacks without a doubt. It's just convincing that fish to get in the live
No doubt about it. A lot of our guys have a lot of time left. 3:30 the first flight due in, then 5:30 that last flight. So a lot of time left for these anglers, and we've got a lot of time left with you guys before that official weigh-in. But before they bring them to Green Pond, we still have our unofficial Weigh Live leaderboard brought to you by Beatdown Mounts. We're going to take a look at that unofficial leaderboard. We pressured Mike Corbishly into updating his, and so now we're going to have a little bit clearer picture of what's going on out there. Brandon Perkins unofficially on top there. Mike Corbishly in second. Jesse Wise, a new name to the top 10. Jesse rooming with Mike Corbishly this week. Coincidence? Probably not. Probably sharing some info.
He's a Carolina boy, North Carolina boy too. Jesse's been around.
He knows the drill. Oh, yeah. Jesse certainly knows the drill. John Hookup Soakup, a name that we are very familiar to covering here in the league and every other tournament trail this year. John is on a roll. Josh Teat, a new name to the top 10.
But not new to doing well.
Not at all.
I've known Josh a little while. Josh can catch him. He's good friends with old John Cox. If you guys were hanging around earlier this year, the first event, they made a very memorable social media post. Both of them in a hot tub together.
It was interesting.
They're pretty good friends.
Something that I've never been able to get out of my mind. I appreciate you bringing it up again. I threw up in my mouth a little bit thinking about that. Bryant Smith, Sean Murphy popping up there, making a little noise. Big Papa Pump, we like to call Sean Murphy, the rock of the NPFL.
As far as on the roster this year and experience and high-level experience, Sean Murphy's one of those guys.
Years and years on the FLW Tour.
Josh McDermott, man, what a season he's having, man.
Second in that progressive AOY, but look right there. My man crush this year, somebody I'm really pulling for. Great angler, great at breaking down. I want him on camera because he does such a great job. But Justin Kimmel, a local, yesterday just right outside of our top 10 with high 16-pound stringer, lost a 5-pounder, lost another key fish. He is around the right deal. Talking to him last night, super excited. So hopefully Justin can hang on, stay in that top 10 to give him a chance on Showdown Saturday. He has a lot of wins.
If he gets in top 10, they better watch out.
Yeah.
If he's in top 5, by the end of the day, yeah. He won the All-American here last year out of the back of a boat. The guy and he's won other stuff here. If anybody knows how to win here in Hartwell,
he knows what to do, when to do it.
And his network is strong for this.
No doubt about it. He is definitely going to be doing the right things at the right time. It's just going to be, come down to who gets those 5-pound bites. It's what Watson told us earlier today, and it's very important. Randy Kukral, the Ohio angler, slipping into that unofficial top 10 right there. So all things will become official with Big Al when he brings the boom this afternoon there at Green Pond Landing. But looking pretty good right there.
I like it, dude. I like seeing it getting mixed up. I like, it's anybody's tournament. As far as how patterns and different ways to catch them.
No doubt about it. And the beauty of the NPFL, most professional tournament trails, they have a cut. They have a cut, top 50 cut, a top 12 cut. All of our anglers fish all 3 days. So we get a lot of moving and shaking. After today, the full field will still be out there again tomorrow. So we see new names pop into that unofficial top 10 and the official top 10 every single event. It's something that keeps us on our toes a little bit in the coverage, but we certainly enjoy it. Hope you guys are enjoying it too. And something that you enjoyed was you got to go to Anderson. I'm jealous. It's one of my favorite places. I wasn't able to join the crew down there earlier this week, but you made it down to Anderson and got to check out the facilities there and just the town in general.
Awesome. Like you said, we were there for the Classic. I went there and watched the launch for the Classic, but actually getting to go there and tour it in person with nobody else there and seeing what they have done there, absolutely incredible. Like we said earlier, probably one of the best bass fishing tournament. It's set up for what we do.
That's right.
And I don't think there's a better facility in the country. I know there are a lot of places that want to be what Green Pond Landing is, and you're about to find out why it's so special.
We're going to take a look at Green Pond Landing, the Big Cat getting that investigative journalism in for us before he joins us in the studio. Let's check out Green Pond Landing.
Hey, the fishing world wood shaking Fat Cat Newton coming at you from Green Pond Landing here on Lake Hartwell in Anderson, South Carolina, one of the top-notch bass fishing facilities in the country. Here we are at the boat ramp. You can see it's got a big fat 3 lanes, plenty of room to move around. We also have 3 lanes coming in. There's plenty of room to get a lot of anglers in the water. Here we are at the Green Pond Landing Amphitheater. As you can see, plenty of room to set all throughout here. For any kind of event taking place here at Green Pond, you have a wonderful place to set, a wonderful view, the lake in the backdrop. This right here is where we're gonna be having our drive-through weigh-in Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Awesome place, plenty of room to sit down. I know I keep saying awesome, but Bobby, it's awesome. That's why I keep saying it. Another great thing here at Green Pond Landing are the bathrooms. This is not your typical pond box outhouse, Bobby. The stalls, you 3 or 4 buddies can fit in one stall. Stainless steel urinals? What? They did not spare a dime here. They went all out here at Green Pond Landing, and you can tell by this awesome bathroom. All right, folks, here we are in the parking lot. Not the parking lot, one of the parking lots here at Green Pond Landing. It's so easy, man. You dump your boat at the bottom of the hill, come to the top, park your truck, and you get to go fishing all day. This facility, when they put this together, and it's constantly evolving, anything they can do to make Green Pond Landing better, Visit Anderson is willing to do. So make sure you guys come here and check it out and make this one of the destinations that you have to come to and bring the family for a full, fun fishing trip.
They're jumping with my bait in their mouth.
Man, you've been all over the place this week.
I have.
I hope you have a gas sponsor.
We had a
really
20-second battle, and she won.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. She broke my line on this bait, and then went out there and dumped my line, and I went and collected my bait.
Yeah, that happened on the big one yesterday.
She dominated me. Golly.
We're on, buddy, if you want to say anything.
We're on? Well, I'm going to say I'm looking at 2 big ones right now that don't want no part of anything I'm offering. It's definitely a different day. The breeze is starting to blow a touch, which is nice. Hang on, I gotta focus here. Come on out and get it. They're so hard to trick. I got 2 of the right ones though. 2 for pushing 8. One of them's 4 and one of them's 3 3/4. And then I still got 3 that need to go. Like maybe one of them's a 2-pounder. But we got some time left. I know where a bunch are located if we can get them fired up and going. Starting to run out of swim baits though. I had a big one miss my top water a little bit ago. It's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, I'm one like big and away from being where I need to be though, in my opinion. Come on. Jeez.
From one day, one leader to the next. Don't get to say that very often in professional fishing. The shared lead.
Shout out to all my
Buck
peeps watching.
Mallory.
Yeah, that's a 4-pounder there.
Perkins giving a shout out to his Tennessee folks. So shout out, go Vols. Back over to the Michigan angler, Buck Mallory.
He's in the zone, isn't he? Sitting there with that spinning rod. He's dialed in.
Watching them. It's intense. He knows he's got an opportunity, man. He knows what that shield meant to him last year.
Absolutely. And taking full advantage of that
$50,000 check, you know, got a baby on the way, just got married. Get that in the back of your mind too. Got to spend some time with Buck on camera last year, a couple different events. Really counted him out at Winnebago. late in the day, if you remember, and he called them after we went off live. He made a couple key calls and was able to take Perkins by a few ounces there.
Very dramatic. Oh my goodness, what a finish. That was, these guys have history.
A Big Ten SEC matchup.
I don't even know what that means. It doesn't have to do with
Big
fishing
Al
or hunting.
would.
Yeah, Big Al would know. If it's not fishing, hunting, or food, I'm lost.
So, got him. It's a good one too.
Ooh. Oh, he's been up, son.
Skinny water.
Good size spot. Come here. These little devils are strong as an ox. See that? I just want to show you that's hooked in the mouth. Right there for the camera. This guy was on a bed over by a boulder, and I pulled over the top of him and I watched him take off pretty quick and spin around, and I went, that looked like he was by a bed. And I threw up there kind of blind. He grabbed it and dropped it, and I said, he's on a bed. I can get that fish to go. Not a bad one. He's gonna help. Like I said, it's a marathon, not a drag race here. 2 something. I mean, once again, it's not a giant like we're looking for, but we're gonna go up in weight here. Which one do I gotta get rid of? This dead. 220. My smallest one is number 3, 110.
It's a healthy spot.
So we're not killing the game.
like
We
me.
got 10 pounds. 10 pounds is 10 pounds last I checked. That's number 5. That's number 3. Now see, it's all about inches. That's a whole lot better than that one. So that one can go away. This one's got himself a little home right here. Slowly but surely, we're gonna get there.
Little bass tank
Consistency,
breakdown.
observation, that boulder right over there. I could see that fish come off that. Now I might be mistaken, but I think that's a bass on a bed. The problem is because it is so sunny and there really hasn't been a lot of wind, these fish are skittish. So I'm off that fish quite a ways. I'm gonna see if there's a female there. I think that one's the male.
Little bass tank breakdown from Buck right there, and you know,
sometimes they're both there. Most of the time, it's just the male.
he's actually out on the main lake, and some of the largemouth that we're seeing Perkins sight fish for that aren't actually on the bed are on the main lake as well. But the beauty of Hartwell is Buck ran into a spawning spotted bass as he's chasing that herring program, looking for those wolfpack fish. He posted up on that one and got it in the boat. Looking for the female now, hoping that she's swimming around up there. But kind of a mixed bag situation on Hartwell, and they blend together for sure.
It's deceiving too for the viewers at home. Probably
We're looking at.
You think he's fishing offshore, especially where he was at earlier. You think, oh, he's fishing offshore.
You can't tell if that's.
I even thought he was looking at his grass when he said he was looking at him. With Hartwell, though, you got this big
On these
flats.
boulders, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about spotted bass. We don't have them in Michigan where I'm from, but I have heard that they are a lot like a smallmouth. I'll tell you, they're strong like a smallmouth. They're aggressive. They pull like the Dickens. They just don't quite jump as much, but that's okay. I feel a little safer with these ones. Some smallmouth, they get up and skyrocket a lot of times. That's terrifying.
Buck's got the got it going on. Made a cold.
Yeah,
Slowly.
I like how he's not getting shook. He's in it, man. Like he said, it's not a drag race.
Now that we've seen Buck cold, gonna move him up that unofficial leaderboard just a little bit further. We're gonna check in with the sponsors that make it all possible here at the National Professional Fishing League, and we'll see you on the other side with more Lake Hartwell action.
So, you're looking to buy fishing electronics, huh? Are you also looking for true experts to help guide you through it? Well, at the Bass Tank, you've come to the right place. We are live forward-facing sonar pioneers with thousands of hours spent learning, through winning trophies, cashing checks, and just having fun. Whatever brand you need, we have it. We offer free shipping, and we have 2 financing options available. Our experts are here to help you. Call us today or visit thebasstank.com.
This is my passion, and this is my tackle store. Because Fisherman Central is owned and operated by a group of anglers who are as passionate about fishing as I am. That's why you'll find the highest quality tackle from names you know. Plus hard to find lures designed to give you that extra edge on the water. And they all come with expert advice on how to use them. It's like having a tackle store in your neighborhood, no matter where you live. So visit one of our 2 Ohio locations or shop online from anywhere. At Fisherman Central, our passion is catching.
I'm Doug Chapin, and this is how I fish fully loaded.
Serving the marine industry since 1980.
That's 42 years.
Pro Guide Lithium, power perfected.
Check them out at ProGuideBatteries.com or your local Pro Guide dealer.
All right, guys, no insurance talk on beach day.
I'm down.
Yes, please.
Don't get me wrong, I love my RV, but insuring it is such a hassle.
Same with my boat. The insurance bills are through the roof.
Be cool.
I wish I could group my insurance stuff. Like the house, the car, the RV.
Like a cluster, an insurance cluster.
Yeah, I doubt that exists.
It's a bundle! It's a bundle and it saves you money! Hi, I'm Will from Progressive and I couldn't help it over here. Super fun beach day, everybody.
She don't love me no more.
Still singing.
Back to Morgan Wallen.
It's hard to tell.
He knows he's okay, right? He's in a good mood because I've noticed. I've noticed.
I just think as fishermen, you know when it's tough. You kind of get the overwhelming theme like, and you see guys running around, scrambling. You're like, okay, it's a lot tougher day. Because, I mean, look, he got off to such a huge start yesterday at 14 pounds, like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
and he certainly knows. Uh-oh. Said his magnet came out of his Magdraft.
I mean, you can see the bottom right there.
Now it's just a draft. Hashtag dad jokes. Perkins is a dad. He would appreciate that. Girl dad.
And a coach.
And a coach, that's right. Whips those softballers into shape.
Fair.
Fair?
Yeah.
Partly cloudy?
I mean, I need a big one, but I know that I'm throwing around them. I need like a Legit big one, like a 5+. And I don't have what I had yesterday for sure, but and not even close, but a big one gets me there.
Has it changed a lot from yesterday?
It feels like it has. Feels like it has. Dadgummit. And that fish is just peeping my crab. Now he's gone. Oh man. All right, I'm about to do something. I'm gonna take off my little side fishing bait.
Then to catch back up with another angler that's been making noise like Perkins, Mike Corbishly. Unofficially in second place.
We were about to see the juice box right there too.
That sucks.
We got company. And it's only Friday, bud. Saturday comes, we'll see a whole lot more of that.
Hartwell's a popular lake. People like to get out there and
rightfully so.
Get in on some of this action.
Especially this time of year, right?
Oh. See that fish? See it right there?
You go back?
Yeah.
Corbishly hooked up.
Oh, easy, Bobby. Come on, man.
I think that one's going to call for Mike. A little bit bigger than that smallest spot he's got, I believe.
Buck, peeing.
Dude, all I can think about, like watching these guys this morning, is polarized sunglasses, polarized sunglasses, polarized sunglasses, because most of them are looking at them. And if they didn't have those polarized sunglasses, would they still be doing what they're doing? Regardless of brand, no plugs, whatever. I'm just talking about how important polarized sunglasses play.
Especially on a bright day like this, man, that glare. Like how you said, no brand. You saw me going into pro mode. I was fixing to plug some sponsors.
I didn't want folks at home to think I was trying to do a plug or anything like that. I mean,
no,
just genuinely, man, this time of year with the way the conditions are.
If you don't have some kind of polarized glasses and you're getting out on the water, you're just...
You're missing it. That is one.
Even if it's not this time of year, man, you see cover, you see, yeah, you've got to protect your eyes, and you've got to be able to see what's out there.
Ounces.
A little bit of a coal.
Ounces equal dollars.
Small coals. Cool. Check this out, Fat Cat. We'll put my weight in.
My man. There you go.
Again with these Fat Cat shout outs.
He's trying to get him a beat down mount. Can you blame him?
Do you have Venmo? Can I see your Venmo transactions?
Oh,
All these
definitely
anglers?
not. I mean, this is politics. You want to see my tax returns and stuff? Not happening, Bobby. So you got to talk to them, though. You got to talk to these anglers. Corbishly's hooking it up. He's out there trying to win this tournament, taking time to put it into that beat-down Mount Way Live tracker.
I feel like he's texting you right now. Love you.
He's Venmoing me right now.
He's Venmoing you back.
Yeah.
Did you give him the worm? He caught that. Come on, I want answers here. I'm tired of this.
Oh, yeah.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Yep. Ounces, ounces, ounces.
Those ounces are so critical.
I mean, we've seen guys lose by ounces. You know, a prime example would be, you know, the Mallory and Perkins. That was dramatic, man. Winnebago.
Well, yesterday, to end the day, the top 10 was separated by only a little over a pound.
That's
from
amazing.
first to 10th.
Wow.
Then you look down to 20th, and 20th place is just a pound and 3/4 or so away. So super tight event. Ounces do matter. And look, Mike was 11 ounces off the lead yesterday down there in 5th place unofficially. Of course, we had a 4th place really because we had the tie. It's not something you see a lot. We don't get to say co-leaders very often.
This is one of those tournaments where after you weigh in, you get back to the house, you're cleaning your live well out, and that's when you see that 5 or 6 cent shad or herring, you're like, oh, that just cost me X amount of dollars or places.
An interesting storyline from yesterday. Dustin Williamson, Jay Will, brothers, they were 8th and 9th, but Dustin yesterday had a dead fish. NPFL's dead fish penalty. We take conservation very important, and it's a 1 pound penalty, and you're not allowed to cull a dead fish. Well, he had one. He hooked him in the tongue on a topwater bait. Dustin then unfortunately perished, so he didn't get full credit for it. A pound and pound penalty there. He would be on camera today, probably sitting around 4th place had he not had that pound penalty.
Yeah. To add,
will that pound come back to haunt him down the
cool part to that story is he did start today in 8th, 1 spot ahead of his brother, Jason. So they both started day 2 in 8th and 9th.
Dustin unofficially today, though, 15th place. Does have a limit. Slipped a little bit.
His older brother, Jason, very experienced. He's a veteran of professional bass fishing, been doing it forever.
Bassmaster Elite Series champion.
Absolutely, 2-time elite champion. And it's cool to see him fishing with his brother over at NPFL, to see 2 brothers out there chasing it and doing well. And they're both very familiar
on 0
with
today,
lakes.
but I'm going to bet that's not the case.
Yeah, it was
Probably
same thing
hasn't
yesterday.
updated. Yeah, same thing.
He's not
and then
familiar
he
with
came
that
in.
Way Live tracker yet. We'll have to have a talk with him too.
He's a big old boy. I'll let you do that. Let you do
I
be
like big
the
old boys.
muscle on that.
Hey.
But looking down in 40th from yesterday, TR Andreas, 13 even. I think that's going to go down today. Looking at the Way Live, I thought it would settle out about 12 pounds a day. Now, look, I don't want to be a negative Nancy because it's 11:30. There's a lot of time left, and the later flights yesterday, definitely we saw our leaderboard change dramatically throughout the field as far as just those good, solid, average bags in the afternoon yesterday really seemed to show out.
I'll be interested to see how many limits are weighed today compared to yesterday.
But right now, unofficially, 40th place, 18 pounds. 2-day total, 18.11.
And we're looking
Be interesting to see where that settles out at the end of the day.
Because
will it be that 11 pound a day
pre-tournament
range?
we were looking at it should end at 22 pre-tournament talk. Mike's getting thirsty or what? What's he doing? getting a bait.
That's what they're eating.
Oh,
good job,
go.
Mike.
Huh?
Thanks, Mike. On those sneaky blueback herring.
It was James Watson. He put it on his hook and throw it back
For
out there.
sure. Or eat it
Oh,
on a cracker.
Yeah.
One or the other.
I guarantee you that can of Vienna sausages he had earlier didn't last. And he definitely slurped the can.
Definitely drink the juice, right?
Good eye by Mike picking that bait up and showing the folks at home what these bass are corralling and trying to push up to the shallows. We heard some anglers about talking just about how the bass work these herring. They'll try to run them into a bluff or to a pinch point.
Little saddles, long points, for sure. They definitely, those bluebacks never stop moving. Pelagic fish, they like to roam. They certainly go from point A to point B a lot. And change the complexion of all these lakes over here. Carolinas and in Georgia, like a Lake Lanier, we've seen, you know, once the striper fishermen, you know, that's who gets kind of the credit. They were using these bluebacks for bait. Got those started in these lakes, man, it's completely changed. Even the largemouth are really more pelagic now. They roam. They'll be in 60 feet of water. They'll be in 2 feet of water. Change the way these lakes fish for sure. Corbishly unofficially in second place. We're going to take a look, little double box action with our co-leaders. Buck Mallory, Brandon Perkins. Much different day for both of these guys, but Perkins still got the upper hand right now.
Absolutely.
Thanks to a couple big Magdraft fish. Buck with a limit. We saw him with a small coal. He's inching his way up there.
They're doing two different things, but they're both fishing. Seems like Perkins is a little bit skinnier water, but I say that it's just the clarity seems different for me looking. I can't.
Maybe
like
more,
I said earlier, I thought Buck was out in 30 foot of water looking at his grass, but you're like, hey, fat cat, no man, he's in shallow water actually looking at him. I was like, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and
one of those long points for sure. But you look at Perkins, it's more of a flat. You see how shallow it is way out off that bank, but it doesn't seem to be an actual point, just kind of a flat stretch of bank.
Buck's hooked up.
Easy buck. That one won't help the cause.
That's good eating.
Wrong fish Friday.
Is he hooked up again? Yes.
I'm just saying, Buck's in this double box showing off. Buck flexing on Perkins right now. Big man. 10. Big 10.
I love how he called it too. He just called it. He said if the stripers are there, the bass will probably be there too. And sure enough, next cast.
Little hooper, little fat guy. Look at him.
Look at that.
Deal, man.
That little toad needs to go on a diet, kind of like
Buck shot over the bow. Dare say that?
He ain't a big fish.
Dad jokes are us up in here today.
Uncle Buck dropping bombs.
Rush the scale. Come on.
That was good stuff by Buck though, man. Got that striper, threw it back.
Yeah, he's gonna lock in at 174. Fish number 5 is 115, so we're getting up a little bit higher. This fish can't even make it to the live well at the weigh-in, but I'll take him for now. Number 5, what are we looking for?
You want to know how clear a lake is? Look at the live well. Look at how clear the live well water is.
Not a huge difference, but it's help.
You can read a newspaper in 12 feet of water.
Inch by inch, guys. Inch by inch.
I like saying that camaraderie between the angler and the cameraman, that fist bump.
It's a team, baby.
It is, man. It truly is. The cameraman don't get enough credit out here, man. Who's Buck's cameraman? Let's give him some credit right now.
There's so many up here still.
Tom Wayne. Doing a great job out there, Tom. See, if we just went to Buck, I would say, oh, he's in deep water.
That's right.
But he's looking at the bottom.
Throwing that soft plastic jerk bait out there. A Lake Hartwell staple. Sounds like Paul Benson's checking him out on an airplane there, maybe. Or an airboat, not sure.
Wow, something's going on.
Come get it, you big bastard. Please come get it.
All right, Buck, easy, buddy.
Easy, buddy. It's a kid show. It's a kid show, Buck.
You're about to be a dad, man. Come on, ease up. No, like you say, you just get into it, man. Like you said, it gets personal.
Oh, there we go. Crouching buck, hidden bass.
Big buck down.
BBD, baby.
I hate it when they follow it to the boat like that. It makes it so hard. If they'd have stayed 20 feet back, I could have caught every one of them fish.
Sun's getting a little higher.
Three spots that were like 3 pounds and bigger. They were giants.
Just
And they
turning the
were
light
chasing
on
that
for
fluke back, but they wouldn't come up and eat it. Oh, there's a great big one.
Buck's making me nervous.
I'm telling you, dude, he's
intense. Yeah, he's in the
he's
zone.
where they are. Yeah, man.
Oh my goodness.
You know, Buck really felt good about the afternoon. We heard him say that earlier, and you're starting to see a lot more fish, sounds like.
Yeah, Buck wasn't rattled this morning at all. When it started slow for him, he wasn't rattled.
You know, after you get that first win, and Buck's had wins in other trails as well, and competed in a lot of big bass tournaments. High stakes, a lot of competition, but he's a confident guy, man. Like following on social media, like Buck's confident in what he's doing. Got a good support system around him.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, all of us here at the NPFL, we're proud to be out here doing this and bringing you this live coverage. Our anglers are very proud to be out here competing, getting to showcase their skills. So we appreciate everybody tuning in, for sure.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys don't forget today, 3:30 Eastern time. You're tuned back in for the weigh-in with Big Al McCullough bringing the boom out there to Green Pond Landing on Lake Hartwell. If you guys are in the area, make sure you guys go by Green Pond Landing and watch the live weigh-in. They'll be bringing the boats and trucks right up to the weigh-in. They'll walk off the boat right onto the stage.
Bringing them to Big Al and our weightmaster, Kyle Carpenter.
Carpenter, yes, sir. Keeping them straight on stage.
Kyle Basson up there doing it.
I thought I had a fish. I about had a heart attack.
Mr. Wisco himself.
Because I saw a big one cruising out there. That's why I flipped it over there.
We've got a really good crew between Kyle and tournament director Sean Mulall, Mudhole himself.
That's right.
Not putting up with any shenanigans down there.
No, sir.
Anderson.
Keeping them straight. Just the whole NPFL staff in general down there, man. Hey, big one. We got a skeleton crew.
That's right.
We make it happen, though.
Boy, they're feeding right up in them bushes. I mean, right in them bushes.
Get them, bull.
We're going to take a look at the fine sponsors that make all this possible here at the National Professional Fishing League. See you guys on the other side of the break for some more Lake Hartwell, upstate South Carolina bassin action.
This is my passion, and this is my tackle store. Because Fisherman Central is owned and operated by a group of anglers who are as passionate about fishing as I am. That's why you'll find the highest quality tackle from names you know. Plus hard to find lures designed to give you that extra edge on the water. And they all come with expert advice on how to use them. It's like having a tackle store in your neighborhood, no matter where you live. So visit one of our 2 Ohio locations or shop online from anywhere. At Fisherman Central, our passion is catching.
So if you don't know about me, I was in the military for quite a while, and in that process I picked up the habit of chewing tobacco. I came across this stuff last year, midsummer, and started using it, and now I don't even use tobacco at all. If you don't know about Fully Loaded Chew, it's a non-tobacco product that contains nicotine. Fully Loaded Chew offers a variety of nicotine strengths. They have Fully Loaded, which is full nicotine, Half Cocked, which is half strength, and zero nicotine options for you. So if you're looking to completely kick the habit, they have something that's going to fit you. They have a variety of flavors. So if you're used to chewing a certain thing, they have something that's going to fit what you're used to also. To sign up for their monthly subscription service or to get your hands on any Fully Loaded Chew product, head to fullyloadedchew.com and grab some.
Are you looking to install your own fishing electronics? Well, the Bass Tank is here to help you. The solution is the Bass Tank Power Harness. It takes the guesswork out of installation. No more voltage issues or interference. Designed by an engineer so that you can get professional results right there in your own garage. Installation done right with the help of the Bass Tank Power Harness. You can feel confident knowing that your installation was done right. The Bass Tank Power Harness. Give us a call or order yours today at thebasstank.com.
Back live with Buck Mallory, who's doing some sandbagging today on that Beat Down Mounts Way Live app. We've got Buck way down the standings because he hasn't entered any fish. Still got him on his day one total there. 17, 12 down in 48th place, but
Do you think there's logic behind that? Do you think, is he doing it because he's trying to capitalize on fish catches? Is he trying to, because the other field doesn't know what he has, so is there, or is it just he's fishing and hasn't thought about it?
Maybe he's just intense and, not really worried about keeping up with it. But we, for us, keeping up with the game, you got family at home, keeping up with the game. It's just we suggested these guys, and Beat Down was kind enough to sponsor that this year, and really cool program to keep these guys in check, keep them honest, because we always like to say here at NPFL, they're a bunch of liars. They, all fishermen like to, tall tales and fish stories. But the guy that is as close at the end of the tournament is as close to his actual weight with his predicted weight, his estimated weight, is going to take home one of those awesome Beat Down electronics mounts.
Absolutely.
Those that you can see, they raise up right to eye level if need be, and I can't see very good. So, can you imagine? We see some of these guys standing on their electronics. If you got the Beat Down mount, you raise that sucker up, they can be wall-to-wall, treetop tall.
Could be wall-to-wall, treetop tall. And they're unique too. When you see it on the bow of a boat, you know it's a Beat Down mount.
No doubt about it. Appreciate the folks from Beat Down joining us here at the League 2022 season. Here we go.
Something caught his eye. Look.
From Buck over to the man he shared the lead with, Brandon Perkins, day one leader.
Uh-oh. Walking the dog.
Like that you and I both, we just go on point immediately when it's top water time.
Dude, he's ripping that thing too, boy. It ain't no wop wop. He's
not letting any moss grow.
No doubt.
Shark it. Choke it.
Trying to sweet talk one into getting that top water.
He was serenading them earlier.
You see him in school right behind his bait.
Chasing the big old shad. No, I didn't get it there. Dadgummit. That's a big in there.
Ooh,
freaking
we got him
big.
back here.
Jumping back there.
I got it there then.
Oh yeah.
In the kitchen.
Maybe that's the big one.
Listen to that track.
Sometimes I think they watch it coming through the air when they bite it like that.
I don't think
The
he's big.
birds.
Stay on. He's barely got it too.
He may barely be hooked, but he was trying to
Look
get
at
it
that shad
good.
he's spitting up.
Hey, look.
Good look at that pencil popper style walking bait we see so much on these blueback lakes.
Should.
Nice fish. Spotted bass. Perkins working on another mixed bag.
And he was staying out on purpose, right? He wanted as much distance as he possibly could have between him and the fish, just where he could barely get it.
That was struggle. I got two struggling. That sucks.
This is where it gets tense. Where that 1 pound dead fish penalty comes into play and can really hurt your feelings.
They're alive, but good gosh.
Well, Luke, let me ask you this.
Yeah, I gotta
You can't
let him
release
go.
a dead fish. There we go. He just said. You
Yeah,
might
can't
be-
call a dead one. It's a 1 pound penalty.
Jeez, dude. I mean, he may not even make it, but he's alive right now because you can't call a dead fish.
Yeah, I saw it move.
100%. Jeez, oh, Pete.
That's the right move. That's the conservation move, and that's what
Figure out what the deal is here.
that rule is put in
'Cause that
place.
That wasn't even his smallest,
This is a good fish.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But it's a 1 pound penalty for a dead one. I guess he needs a clip.
Are these fish so stressed out, post-spawn, chasing bait? Are these fish just like a buck in the rut? It's been a
pull a dead one either.
stressful month and a half, 2 months for these fish.
So if I keep it right now, I mean, jeez, oh Pete. All right, I got to figure out what I'm doing here.
Well, a lot of times too, that looked like a spot that was struggling. I think those spots, depending on how, you know, where he caught them, I think some of those fish came on a Carolina rig off one of those shoals, could be a little deeper fish. And even though that water temperature's in the 60s to right around 70, those spots, they tend to live a little deeper.
It's a good fish.
It will stress them out.
I can weigh that one in. I mean, I think it's about too freaking late. I'm just choking on crab. I gotta get rid of that one then. I mean, he's alive, but
so intense, man.
Not good.
Perkins is gonna sort it out there in the live well.
His air bladder expanded. Look at that.
Yeah, I think that fish, exactly what I said. I don't think that fish is trying to die on him. I really think that it's
no
maybe an
way
air
that's
bladder
what it is.
situation. I don't know.
No.
Sometimes even when you catch them on a
I mean,
top water, they
spots
rush
were
up so quick.
Semi-deep.
Just never know. Some weird things happen in the post spawn, but we're going to let Perkins get it figured out. And we're going to check in with our unofficial second place angler right now, Mike Corbishly, out there on Hartwell. He has
I'm just gonna keep
been one of the
going
guys
out, see if I
that
can get up to, you know, I'm at 13 or whatever. I don't even remember what I said. Was it 13, 13 and a half? All I know is that I can, I mean, I'm fishing with a clear head, you know. I'd like to cull up a couple more times, catch a few more 2-pounders. I'd like to have nothing in the box less than 2. And then that way I can kind of go swing a little bit better, swing a little more, pick up a big swim bait or something. I'm already at a point where I might go do that, but oh, there's one on the bed. That's pretty.
It's interesting.
That's a big one.
All right, Mike, get it, bull.
These guys are
She's nosed up on it.
working so many different angles, different things, and they're like, oh, there's one. Ooh, piece of candy.
Right.
That's squirrel. That's Hartwell right now, man, in a nutshell. They're everywhere.
Maybe it's not that big. But yesterday, I was like, oh, it's probably a 2-pounder, and then it's like a 4 comes screaming out of the bed. I was like, oh, good. Lost it. Oh, she's gonna eat.
Mike giving them the little Corbishly tickle there. That's when they're right on the bait. You don't want to move it out of the bed.
Oh, she bit.
It's my favorite way to bass fish. Ooh, it's like hunting and fishing combined. I love staring at those jokers. Good camera work right there.
Great camera work.
Ooh, good look at that bed. See that white bait in there?
Look at it, it's coming to.
Oh, ooh, that's a good one too.
Investigating those. slurp it.
Let's just stay on this for the rest of the day, guys. Oh, that's what you want right there. See how quick those circles are that fish is making. That's when it's about to happen. And they, whew.
He doubled back real quick, did he?
Hit him twice.
I like when it takes them a while to double back because they're so long. They gotta clutch, swing all the way around. This is not gonna take long, I feel like, for Mr. Corbishly. This looks like it'd be an upgrade for him too. Nope.
That looks
healthy. A little side eye. Uh-oh. Oh, it wants to so bad. I want to set the hook, man. We're getting close. See, leaving practice.
You see this fish.
This is what I wanted to see. This is what I thought we were going to see so much of this week. You guys watching at home, soak this in. This is the good stuff right here. This is what April's all about in the South. And I mean, it's so close. Oof, that little move right there. A lot of times those super skinny ones like that in that real shallow water, they went to the spinning rod. I like it. I like this move. But a lot of times those super shallow ones, even when they're aggressive, they're still on edge, man. Like you've got to treat them a little different sometimes. You can't, sometimes with a bait caster, you can't really go full on aggressive unless they're just doing backflips over your bait. But this one, I mean, he's still cautious.
For me, not having the experience you do with bed fishing, he hasn't left. He's still in the neighborhood.
No,
he's staying right there. And he's nosing down. He's active.
And that's the biggest thing is learning the mood of the fish, learning each fish has a different personality. And this one, he wants to bite. He's going to bite. It's just a matter of when. I feel like just the way he's acting. Mike obviously feels the same way.
Are you a sweet spot guy? Some of the guys.
Yeah, there's one place.
Yeah.
I mean, every one of them's different. Sometimes you can catch them outside the bed when they get to doing this goofy stuff. They just get real fired up. But no, there is one spot where those eggs are in that bed, and it's a 6-inch range sometimes, and they will give it up. The more defensive they get, they will show you right where that bullseye's at. And once you get that, and their body language gets right, and they start spinning those short circles. Like this fish is still leaving the bed. It's not exactly just turning circles right on his bait every time, but it's still reacting to that bait. It's definitely
it's still guarding the bed. It's not
absolutely. Because sometimes when you first pull up on one, if they're a little spooky, I mean, they'll swim 4 or 5, 10 feet away. That's not what you want.
Mike, talk to me about what's going down here right now.
We are.
Oh, there she went.
Sorry.
Yeah, get us an update, Mike. Swing and a miss.
Just had this fish bite finally. I mean, I hadn't spent too much time on him, but that's the first time he bit. He's about to bite again right here. Do it. Come on, yeah.
Look at that flash.
Oh. Yeah, he bit again.
Yep.
Come on.
A lot of times they actually blow at the bait too. They open their mouth. It looks like they bite, but they're actually trying to just push it out of the bed.
Eat it. You hate that fighting frog. You hate it.
Got it? Thought I saw the white disappear.
Oh, he's getting so mad.
This is not far from happening, guys.
He bit again.
Chased it out a little bit, but see how he
oh yeah.
Once it gets out there, he's like, yeah, I did my job.
Yep.
You put it back in there, and then he's going to get more defensive. Come on, Mikey. We're pulling for you.
Yeah, man. We want to see it.
Iron Mike.
That fighting frog, man. I've heard that a lot.
Dangerous. Drew Cook on the Bassmaster Elite
Tilapia
Series this
Magic.
year.
4-inch. You know where you can get them? FishermanCentral.com.
My boat.
Hey,
as well. I like the fighting frog.
FishermanCentral.com. You don't want to go on the website, you guys are in.
Oh, he's all over it. Oh, he's all over it. He's doing laps. He's just doing laps around that bait.
Great camera work.
It's awesome.
I mean, this is like a 2-pounder, I'm pretty sure. But it will cull.
We don't care how big it is. This is fun.
I'm just, like, man, I have a hard time judging them sometimes.
It looks bigger than 2 pounds to me, but I'm in Wisconsin. So
it's long. It looks long, man.
Oh,
at our NPFL Live headquarters.
So ready to go.
Oh,
He's so ready to go. He wants to come for a ride in the Blazer. He wants to come for a ride. There he goes. Oh.
Gets all over it. Fired up.
Oh, yeah, dude. You don't leave this fish unless you have to go weigh in, right?
Yeah.
He's bit like 4 times.
And it's not a giant, but it'll definitely cull for him. Ounces matter. And you don't, to me, when one's this fired up, I don't want to leave it because there's 116 other guys out there. Somebody could slide in that needs him just as much as me. So
that's very true. It's a good way to look at it.
And we saw Mikey's just roaming around. He goes, "Ooh, there's one on the bed." So this is not one he knew was there. It's a bonus fish. True. So I think you got to catch it. Even if you end up culling it later.
Well, like you said, you're being proactive if somebody else isn't going to get it because a lot of guys are.
I don't want Brandon Perkins sliding in there and catching it. Buck Mallory.
That's right.
Getting so close.
He is not happy about this thing. I promise you that.
How many people at home are hollering at the TV or the phone right now? Just telling him what to do or how to do
different bait.
Oh, yeah. Throw this in there, throw that in there, jiggle it over here, over there.
I saw my cousin do this one time. Try that.
Yes, yes.
Well, in my mind, I'm thinking like 9 different things. But that fighting frog's a killer. But sometimes it's a little something different. In this situation, yeah, he's reacting to that great. But sometimes, man, you give him a little bait and switch, you fire something else in there. Whew.
I don't know what I just saw. Did one just swim off?
I think it was that one.
It was that one, all right. I'm tripping.
He's not staying real tight. I mean, he's...
Dude, in situations like this, with it being this calm and shallow, jerkbait, a smaller jerkbait, or even a top water, anything like that, do you mess around with bed fish? Because I've heard of other guys doing things like that, kind of outside of the box. Dennis Cameron was one of them. He was talking about catching fish off the bed or
top water will definitely sometimes they're
like a toad more or less.
Yeah, they just miss it a lot. So
gotcha. For
me personally, but I know people catch them on different top waters for sure. Here he comes. He's all over it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, you can turn on your Marvin Gaye in the background.
Yeah, if you guys are inside, put on your polarized glasses. So that goes back to that though, man. Like he probably wouldn't have seen that fish. I know every bass fisherman out there is like, everybody has polarized glasses, but some folks watching at home, Bobby, might not understand the importance of polarized glasses, especially this time of year.
We'll change up.
Uh-oh.
Change the color, change the bait.
Tell me about the tackle you're using.
This is a big bite. I think this is a warmouth.
And this is going to catch it.
7.3 cash and flipping stick. 25-pound line, polar opposite of what I was using on my wacky rig.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, we did it. But no, just a 13 fishing concept A, 8-to-1 retrieve for a little bit faster. Getting it in and out.
Speed
This
kills.
fish is driving me crazy. You got it? No? He's just thinking about it. I'm about to have a heat stroke if I don't take these boots off. It was great this morning and all. Oh. That's what you want. Catch the man's little stick in his bed. Alright. Come on. Come on, bass.
Fish is bigger than 2 pounds, I believe.
Get comfortable.
The boot tan lines, man.
Oh yeah, I bet them things are ripe. You want to take that bait and rub it on that boot real quick. That'll get them going.
Is that any different than the Vienna sausage juice, or very similar?
It's probably about the same. Probably smells the same.
I hate to spend this much time on a fish, but he's so charged up. I can't believe I hadn't caught this fish yet.
Me either. He's fired up. A little quick turnaround is like normally just dunk.
He's bit like 27 times now. I don't know why I won't just commit. Once again, I got 28.
He bit again. He's just short biting. They're magicians at grabbing right where the hook's not when they're on the bed as well. Because they're not trying to eat it.
Yeah, how many times have you set the hook and the pinchers are gone,
That's
or whatever
right.
you're throwing? Yeah, they just.
This is killing me. Just tuning in, Corbishly, unofficially in second place. Started the day in fourth, 17 pounds yesterday. Whew. And he is locked down on a spawning fish here. We're getting great camera work.
He's definitely going to upgrade his. He's already got a good limit, so it should be a good call for him. I'm going to get rid of one little small one he has.
In fact, I'm looking at the clock as we go here, and we first got to this fish with Mike,
I don't know how.
And it was very, very close to biting. We felt like it's been
Really
11
starting to bother
minutes
me now.
since we've been on this.
Like I said,
It
I
gets
don't know
personal.
how.
That time
I have
goes.
not caught this bass.
Oh.
Eat it, Linda. No, that's not Linda. That's more of a Gary.
That's Lawrence.
Looks more like a Gary to me. Eat it, Gary. Come on, Gary. Come on, Gary. Driving me crazy.
Come on, Gary.
I'm gonna be even more mad if this thing doesn't help. I'm pretty sure it does. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it.
We're all going to be mad at you if it doesn't help. What are
Gary.
you talking about right now, Mike?
Killing me, Gary.
I'm getting mad at Gary. I wish I had a gig.
Hey, get your life right, Gary. Fight that daggone fighting frogs. Let me
All
get
up in your
this.
bed, Gary.
Get the hooping and
I'm
hollering
all
up in here.
in
Get this
bed.
party
Come
started.
on. Don't worry about
Gary,
it. Just a-
Gary.
Yeah.
Down on his side.
Let's go, Gary. Let's go.
Thinking about getting eaten. Bait change again. Let's try something different. Alrighty. We shall change.
All right, while Mike's trying to
Something different.
talk Gary into going for a little boat ride, we're going to check in with a new angler on camera. We switched some cameras around, and we're catching up with Jesse Wise, who is Mike's roommate and unofficially in our top 5 right now on that Way Live leaderboard. Let's go check in with Mr. Wise.
1 6-pounder, we'll be set today.
Listen, we're starting it out right. That's right. Let's go 1 6-pounder, boy.
And Gary will probably bite.
I even talk to myself even when you're not in here.
Jesse Wise, a North Carolina angler.
First year with NPFL, first time on camera with us.
Jesse got them boots on too.
Oh yeah.
Carolina boys.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie, when I saltwater fish, I like my boots. I do wear my, everything out there's got teeth, fins that'll hurt you. Can't be walking around with no flip-flops on.
No, you get your feelings
saltwater
hurt. Yeah,
fishing.
no doubt.
I wear them in the boat when it's raining, but man, like you said, they get a little saucy this time of year.
Yeah.
Hooked up.
That's what we want to see, Jesse.
A little one.
All right.
Let's see if there's one with him though. Yep, there's one with him. About the same size, I think. About the same size.
Well, I don't see bottom for the first time in a while.
Yeah, but got the wacky rig. He's throwing to some.
He could almost be bait fish.
Jesse having a
That's not
great
normal.
day 2. Unofficially 15 pounds. Had a slower day yesterday at 11.5 pounds. With these tougher conditions so far this morning, it's jumped up that leaderboard.
Could that be Brad or anybody? Yeah, he called me earlier.
Uh-oh.
Packhat, leave these guys alone.
Hey,
I
listen,
get so
man.
tired of
Give
this.
me a shout out. Why did he put me straight to, I was calling him, telling him to put me on straight, give me a shout out.
Straight ignored your call.
Rude.
He's probably Team Duncan. I'm gonna bet.
Watson's already
You know
got
why?
it. Watson got
You know why he's Team Duncan?
Why's that?
He's clearly wise.
Come on, sugar lips. Where you at?
This dad jokes are us.
I got 5 kids. What do you expect?
I like him talking to him, calling him sugar lips. Come on, sugar lips. I bet Jesse would respect a good dad joke. Hopefully you'll have one before the show is over with.
I've been slinging some straight heat
You're
today.
doing all right.
And I haven't dropped any big buck down references or anything, but a wise man once told me that sometimes we have to pay the bills
every once in a
around
while.
here, so we've got to go check in with these sponsors that make it all possible here at NPFL Live, and we'll see you guys on the other side for more Lake Hartwell spotted bass and largemouth bass action.
So, you're looking to buy fishing electronics, huh? Are you also looking for true experts to help guide you through it? Well, at the Bass Tank, you've come to the right place. We are live forward-facing sonar pioneers with thousands of hours spent learning through winning trophies, cashing checks, and just having fun. Whatever brand you need, we have it. We offer free shipping, and we have 2 financing options available. Our experts are here to help you. Call us today or visit thebasstank.com.
This is my passion, and this is my tackle store. Because Fisherman Central is owned and operated by a group of anglers who are as passionate about fishing as I am. That's why you'll find the highest quality tackle from names you know. Plus hard to find lures designed to give you that extra edge on the water. And they all come with expert advice on how to use them. It's like having a tackle store in your neighborhood, no matter where you live. So visit one of our 2 Ohio locations or shop online from anywhere. At Fisherman Central, our passion is catching.
I'm Doug Chapin, and this is how I fish fully loaded.
Serving the marine industry since 1980.
That's 42 years.
ProGuide Lithium, power perfected.
Check them out at ProGuideBatteries.com or your local ProGuide dealer.
All right, guys, no insurance talk on beach day.
I'm down.
Yes, please.
Don't get me wrong, I love my RV, but insuring it is such a hassle.
Same with my boat. The insurance bills are through the roof.
Be cool.
I wish I could group my insurance stuff. Like the house, the car, the RV.
Like a cluster, an insurance cluster.
Yeah, I doubt that exists.
It's a bundle! It's a bundle and it saves you money! Hi, I'm Will from Progressive and I couldn't help it over here. Super fun beach day, everybody.
All right, folks, here we are back at beautiful Lake Hartwell, coming out of Green Pond Landing, Anderson, South Carolina. Look at Eddie Carper doing familiar things. Flipping that shallow cover.
I think that's what I'm gonna have to do.
That is some fishy looking stuff, my friends. Have mercy.
Slow down and grind it out. That was a 3-pounder right there. That would have helped me tremendously. Can't make mistakes like that. Still do good. Gotta get every bite you get in the boat.
Just flipping those bushes. He's definitely putting it where they live, but they got lockjaw for him, man. They're just not eating it.
Man, we're about to get covered up by people.
Carper working a little different program than most of our anglers were covering today, far up the Tougaloo River.
Nobody.
Looks like Oklahoma.
Man.
Feels right at home for sure. Like he said yesterday, did some work with the flipping stick. Been a little slower day today. Some missed opportunities.
But Eddie's not the kind of guy to let that rattle him. He keeps his head in his game, keeps it on a swivel. He just knows that's part of the game. He did say it though, you know, you can't do things like that and expect to win. You got to capitalize, especially when you're not getting that many bites.
See anybody. I didn't like that.
Getting it right up in there in that thick stuff. It was interesting earlier listening to Eddie Carper talk about why he flips with fluorocarbon versus braid, talking about how the braid gets wrapped around the wood, might dig into the wood and do things like that. And some folks think, well, heavy, nasty cover, you want braid, but after Eddie broke down his logic, it made sense why you'd want fluorocarbon over the braid.
I've been to Hartwell several times. Never seen this area he's in. It's juicy, man.
Oh, it's
not panning out for him as much today, but whew.
Oh, looks like King Kong's house, no doubt about it.
It looks like you said, Wright Patman from last year, Lake Fork. I mean, it's got that Texas look, Sam Raver and some of the, you know, or Grand Lake. If you've been to Grand Lake, like we fished there for our final tournament, you know, very much like Grand, which Eddie fishes a good bit. Certainly feeling right at home.
Yeah, it's hard to get in a spot like that and leave it, you know, because.
From
mistakes.
Carper, we're going to jump back over to Mike Corbishly and his friend Gary. Check back in and see how that's going.
By now, I am.
Got a little, while
not sure what
we
else.
were jumping around and went to commercial. Oh, he got it done on Gary.
No.
This is a little bit bigger than I
sounds
think
like
Mike thought
yes.
it was.
Good job.
Yo.
Boom goes the dynamite. We sat here and watched him.
Gary, hooked inside the mouth.
Nice.
Thank you, Gary.
Gary.
Oh, Gary, bless
Gave
your
me a
heart.
hard time, but I think me and you could be good friends. We could be good friends, Gary. That's a good call.
I've got kids that watch SpongeBob.
For today,
Yeah,
anyway.
Gary
Good
SpongeBob.
call.
I feel like Corbish is a little high pitched. Sounds like SpongeBob. Right? I'm going. He's an SB now from now. Mike
right.
SB Corbishly.
I
Mike,
can't
congratulations.
judge fish,
Everybody
man.
needs a
The
nickname.
longer I looked at it, I was like, I think that's like maybe a
Gary.
2-pounder.
How long do you think you run that fish?
I have no idea. Too long. I have no idea.
It's getting a little personal.
It 100%. That was the only reason I was still there. I was getting I was starting to become violent. I was starting to get violent. And Gary locking in at 304 with the cull tag.
Nice.
My man calling out a 112 with the cull tag.
Great job, Mike.
And that brings me up to 15 and change.
That's how you do it.
Alrighty.
That's also how you win a beat down mount.
Very nice.
If you're an NPFL angler.
Get rid of.
That's right.
Well, I'm lying. He hasn't put it in the phone yet. I'm getting ahead of myself.
I'd like to point out I said that was bigger than 2 pounds.
You definitely did that.
You may be getting the shout outs, but nice job getting rid of a smaller spotted bass. Mike's on pace, man. 17 yesterday, 15
Good
today.
call. Look at that. Good call.
A lot of time left in the day for Mike.
Son. Like that.
Mike's having a time out there.
Right
Cameraman today. It's good.
All
Good
right.
stuff.
Oh, Rick Westfall.
Good stuff.
All right.
Believe.
All right, man.
We'll just do a little bit of coal management here. Number
Mike's
5 's
going
my
to sort them all out. We're going to check in with Tennessee's Brandon Perkins, our day one leader and unofficially sitting on top right now. But that last call from Mike, I'm going to bet once he gets it entered, it's going to be a little tighter at the top of the leaderboard.
Maybe I don't see the mail. Yeah, I do. You don't want it. There. Surely does. If that's a bass, that's a giant, dude.
If I hear Brandon Perkins say that, I believe it. Perkins is trying to put that Magdraft in all these sweet spots. Trying to find a hog head. Something he can upgrade. He's already got a good limit.
Hoghead, I like that. I like everybody's got different names for big bass. Hoghead is a good one. You don't hear that one as much. Would it be fair to say that James Watson is a hoghead?
Oh, 1,000,000%. That's actually where I came up with the term.
I feel like right now he's at a on the water burger joint or something. We haven't heard from JMFW in a while. He's having some chicken wings.
Vienna sausages. He's eating them Vienna sausages, slurping the can.
Or he did eat them and he got food poisoning.
Okay, and he got my junk.
Listen.
Oof.
Here we go. Okay.
We're talking about Vienna sausages, and Perkins is trying to win a tournament.
Is that it? I don't think that's the male. I don't think that's the male. That's a 4+.
Listen, he may not win this event, but he wins the award for being around the most fish all day long.
Well,
Maybe a 5+.
Let me ask you this.
I mean, everyone he calls out 4 or 5.
That Magdraft also, when he's throwing it around the structure and stuff, it'll bring them out of it and show themselves too, right?
Yeah, they're bad about following a swim bait. That bigger profile, it does something to them.
Shot at him.
The thing for those of you at home, if you're not familiar with big swim baits or you don't throw them a lot, maybe you do. And you certainly understand what I'm about to say. To me, it's kind of the element of surprise with a big swim bait, especially in this clearer water. And this is not a gigantic swim bait by any means, but that larger profile, they can certainly see it. To me, you normally get maybe a couple opportunities for him to bite it before he's like, yeah, I've seen it. That initial shock reaction a lot of times is what catches those big ones. And once you've slung it by them a few times, they tend to like, all right, they may chase it, but not eat it. But in my experience, when I see one, especially with that Magdraft, and I throw it to him, I've got a couple opportunities and then that's it. Now you might come back later and get him to react to it, but so.
I don't know if it's on bed though.
Perkins, he just sticks with it. Like he will not lay it down.
See that one coming out?
He switched up. He took your advice. Obviously, he heard you talking.
Yep.
Yeah. But now he's picking it back up. But
Just bring that one in the boat.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. There's 2 of them.
Piper said, "Hey man, if you could just catch this one,
yeah,
it would help your day."
If I get him on, I'm gonna have to troll fast.
Oh
my goodness.
Amazing camera work there. My heart stopped over that cable.
If I had the magnet in, I think I catch that fish.
Amazing camera work. Love it.
Been a little bit slower day, but it's been action-packed. At the same time, we've had some great shots, great visuals of these.
That's a big one.
What these guys are dealing with on these Lake Hartwell shallows. You can see these suckers in that beautiful clear water. It's interesting what Perkins is doing.
Now he's done freaking seen my junk.
In that.
Kind of going to what you were talking about earlier, Brandon's.
Yeah, that's right. Once they see it, they strike on it like, all right, well, I didn't get it. Why is that coming back around? I mean, but those fish are, I think a lot of these fish are on the bed that he's fishing for, but they're roaming, and it seems like when he's getting bites is when they break away from that bed, which is rare. Like we were talking about with Mike, they do get a spot that they want to bite in. Some of these seem to be roaming around that he's getting to bite, or just hanging next to a bush. We saw that earlier, roaming some flats.
A lot of the anglers we've talked to, Perkins was one of the only ones saying that he still thinks there's another phase actually coming up.
Yeah, for sure. He does believe that. He does believe he's got fish coming to him. Man, that was a close call on a big one right there for Perkins. Our day one leader shared the lead with Michigan's Buck Mallory. And we're going to jump over to Buck, get caught back up with him, who has updated his Way Live leaderboard app there, brought to you by Beatdown Mounts, and is unofficially in 4th place, Michigan's Buck Mallory.
So he did a little bit more chop where he's at. That wind picked up a little bit.
Buck's got himself sitting at 10.5 pounds unofficially. Here. Just after 11:30, day 2. We'll have another full day of coverage for you tomorrow. Showdown Saturday. Somebody taking home $50,000, that beautiful Shield trophy. Valuable Progressive Angler of the Year points. Everybody in that Progressive Angler of the Year race, top 10 is going to make some cash at the end of the year. And of course, our standings right now are just the tournament standings from Cumberland. We're only one tournament in, but this is a 6-event season.
Giant right there.
It's going to take these guys all over the country. Started at Lake Cumberland, Kentucky, a weather-shortened event. Now we're at Hartwell, hooked up.
Not as big as I thought, but it's a largemouth. You see that? He's gonna help. Little post spawner. Let's see what my scale says we gotta get rid of here.
We came into day 2 with a tie, like we mentioned earlier. If you're just joining us, though,
3 times.
Buck and Brandon Perkins
On a couple casts before.
And these two have
They were just
history.
batting it. They weren't getting it.
Last year at our 5th event, Buck just narrowly edged out Perkins from winning back-to-back events.
Talking tenths. So 187, he's gonna help. Fish number 5's gotta go bye-bye.
So he's calling tenths right now, but that's value.
Let's see if I can get another one to go. See what I mean? When they get going, you could throw right at them and they just take it. It's not even a thought. They get so caught up in what they're doing, they kind of get dumb for just a second.
It's interesting how that works in nature. It's the same way with deer, same way with turkeys. If you're a hunter, the days they don't want to mess with you, or they don't react to certain things, like especially like turkeys, if you're calling them, but the days that they want to, they do it. And it's the same with bass. You're seeing all these fish up there. It's like Brandon Perkins, Buck. They're seeing these fish swimming around, and the ones that just all of a sudden something trips their trigger. That's why this is going to come down to the wire tomorrow, because, I mean, Perkins has looked at over 20 pounds all day long, right?
Absolutely.
Buck's seeing a ton. He's talked about how many 3-pounders he's seen today. It's just a matter of a few of them biting. You can only bring in 5. You don't need 50, right? Best 5 come to the scale.
That's
so
right.
These guys all have an opportunity, man. They're around them. This lake is full of really good fish. From Buck, we're going to jump over to North Carolina's Jesse Wise. We just got a camera with a little earlier. Jesse unofficially jumping up the leaderboard today with a 15-pound bag. Got him sitting in 8th place right now. Working that main lake program a little bit.
Carolina boy with a spinner rod. What?
You know, a lot of the anglers I talked to leaving practice said line size really made a big difference for them. on some of this main lake stuff, depending on the technique. You know, we're seeing Perkins, he's throwing big line on that Magdraft, but to me, that doesn't matter as much. You know, they're focused in, you know, keying in on that bait, you're reeling it above them, but you're dragging something, wacky worm, throwing a little shaky head, Ned rig or something. Oh, one busting, look at that.
Here we
That's
go.
so Lake Hartwell typical right there. Never know when it's going to go down. Fish swam by him. Guarantee he saw it with his eyes. Saw him blow up, and now he's got it. Yep, he's got eyes on it.
He got it. There's a big one. There's a big one. I believe. Stay peeing, baby.
Get him,
Stay
boy.
peeing, sugar.
Talk to him. Sweet talking, boy. The southern hospitality on him. And Jesse, he's country too. He's liable to have his live well full of sweet tea.
Dude, look. There's 8, 9 fish with this rascal.
God, we're just saying they're
Holy
everywhere.
smokes.
The wolf packing up.
That's right.
And tomorrow, the guy that pulls up on the right one's willing to bite 5 of them. Probably going to take home a shield. As tight as it's going to be again, looking at the leaderboard unofficially.
Come here, sugar.
Big largemouth.
Get him in the boat.
Oh, come here. Yes. In the mouth.
There you go. It's a good keeper.
There's a good call, baby. There's a good one. That's 3+.
Jesse's fired up, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
Having
man.
a good day. Listen, the guys aren't allowed to look at the way live leaderboard. They don't know what's going on, but when they pull up and say, "Hey, Jesse, mind if we come in with the camera?" He's like, "Yeah, boy." You get that feeling. You get those jitters. He knows, like, man, it's...
But when you're on the
moved
other
up.
end of that, when you're the guy that has a camera and they're like, hey, sometimes,
they're
I'll
not
be
coming
honest
up.
with you though, that may have been a relief for Drew, especially if you're not familiar with that, having somebody in the back of the boat, that may have been a relief for him.
Well, looking at the unofficial leaderboard, he made us look silly. He's, you know,
all day long.
When you're sight fishing, it's not fast and furious, and Drew unofficially drew 6 in 3rd place again.
It's amazing.
He's up there. So
maybe that was a blessing in disguise.
A little shy of 13 pounds today for Drew unofficially. Jesse in 8th place.
Jesse said he'll take that camera.
Yeah, that's right. Jesse certainly making our biggest move of the day.
I think I said yellow goes.
We've got John Sokup up there in the top 5 unofficially as well. John was sitting in 13th yesterday.
Yep.
I take that back. John's our biggest mover right now. Jesse was
right.
12th, and he's just moved up to 8th, so he was just right outside of our top 10.
Where did John start?
Excuse me, I'm wrong on that. Jesse only had 11 pounds yesterday. He was not. He has made a huge jump today. Jesse's going to get it sorted out, make some calls there. So important, man. I feel like, especially at this level, it's intense. You're on camera. You see these guys opening lids, looking.
Pa. Woo. Just coat up some more. I tell you what, we got it going on now.
I love it.
I tell you, words can't describe how it makes you feel.
Who taught you how to fish?
My granddaddy, Donald Creech, we call him Pa. Of course, my whole family fishes. My mama, she fishes and hunts. She's caught a couple big ones in her life, 1 or 2 or 3. But granddaddy, he means the world to me. He does. Let's get another one. Let's get one for Ma Rose. Get a 6-pounder, Ma.
Shout out to Paul.
I love it, man.
Shout out to Paul.
They're up there.
I love it. Shout out to Brian Webster, the cameraman, for asking that good question.
Fishing is a family sport, no doubt about it. So many of us get out of these.
Smokes. There's like 7 of them right there.
Golly, Jesse's killing me. He's killing me softly today. All of them are with this. Look over there, look over there, look over there.
You can hear it in the voice, man. They're getting pumped
The only
up.
thing I'm getting to look at is Big Cat in the studio.
That ain't a bad thing. Oh, it depends
That's
on
what
who you
these
ask.
ladies in Wisconsin say. That's what
How
I
you doing?
Study old Magdraft in there. See if that'll. Oop.
You're getting worked up, boy.
Yeah, tore up. So Magdraft works anything for him like it has for Perkins.
Shoo.
Expect some 4th
He
of
gonna hurt
July
some feelings,
action.
ain't no
Yeah,
doubt.
that's right. Somebody's giving a heck in the background back there, B.
Oh yeah, they run a hot laps out there.
Racing engine back there.
They busting the gate doing 98, looking cool on the stool with the driver's seat full of sweet meat. Come on one time.
Oh my goodness, right there's a John Brown biggin, Bo.
John Brown, get him.
There is a biggin.
All right, Jesse tries to chase down this wolf pack. We're going to chase down these sponsors that make it all possible, just like you folks at home tuning in to NPFL Live. And we'll see you on the other side as the action heats up in the afternoon hours here at Lake Hartwell, Anderson, South Carolina.
This is my passion, and this is my tackle store. Because Fisherman Central is owned and operated by a group of anglers who are as passionate about fishing as I am. That's why you'll find the highest quality tackle from names you know. Plus hard to find lures designed to give you that extra edge on the water. And they all come with expert advice on how to use them. It's like having a tackle store in your neighborhood, no matter where you live. So visit one of our 2 Ohio locations or shop online from anywhere. At Fisherman Central, our passion is catching.
So if you don't know about me, I was in the military for quite a while, and in that process I picked up the habit of chewing tobacco. I came across this stuff last year, midsummer, and started using it, and now I don't even use tobacco at all. If you don't know about Fully Loaded Chew, it's a non-tobacco product that contains nicotine. Fully Loaded Chew offers a variety of nicotine strengths. They have Fully Loaded, which is full nicotine, Half Cocked, which is half strength, and zero nicotine options for you. So if you're looking to completely kick the habit, they have something that's going to fit you. They have a variety of flavors. So if you're used to chewing a certain thing, they have something that's going to fit what you're used to also. To sign up for their monthly subscription service or to get your hands on any Fully Loaded Chew product, head to fullyloadedchew.com and grab some.
Are you looking to install your own fishing electronics? Well, the Bass Tank is here to help you. The solution is the Bass Tank Power Harness. It takes the guesswork out of installation. No more voltage issues or interference. Designed by an engineer so that you can get professional results right there in your own garage. Installation done right with the help of the Bass Tank Power Harness. You can feel confident knowing that your installation was done right. The Bass Tank Power Harness. Give us a call or order yours today at thebasstank.com.
Welcome back to Lake Hartwell.
What do I do, dude?
Welcome back to Lake Hartwell. Brandon Perkins, our day one leader, co-leader. So we had a tie up top on the leaderboard yesterday. Something you don't see a ton, especially out here on the NPFL. We've had some close calls, but the weight stacked up in the upstate. The video you're seeing with Brandon here, we saw him lose one just a little earlier, miss one on his Magdraft swim bait. Fish that certainly would have helped him just a little earlier. He's switching up a little bit, bed fishing. Brandon caught a quick limit yesterday, offshore, 13 or 14 pounds, but by the end of the day, he weighed a couple fish on a Magdraft, a couple fish off the bed, a couple fish from an offshore shoal on a Carolina rig. Really mixed it up, and that just speaks to how many different things are going on Hartwell right now.
Yeah, not gonna happen. The big one's on it now.
Brandon Perkins joined by friends. Buck Mallory there. Mr. Eddie Carper.
Jesse Wise.
And we got Jesse Wise here. We had Drew 6 earlier. Switched the camera around to the wise man himself. He's been getting it done out there.
What it does, it kind of gives it a different fall, and it glides.
So everyone looks similar except for Eddie, like you said.
Yeah.
Where is Eddie at?
Eddie just doing his own thing.
That's right.
Come on, bro.
Every little fish I catch, the more they got to catch. I don't know what to do about it. I'm sure they're freaking hammering them though. Both them dudes are good. They're stick. Perkins or Mallory. I mean, yeah. Thank you. They both want to fence. They know how to close. They know how to do.
Jamming.
And I do too. But any one of these bites could be a freaking, you know, they could all go down in an hour like it did for me yesterday. I don't know.
I don't understand.
Feel the love.
What's happening?
That's 3 bites I've had in the last.
I don't know if they're spawning or making love.
If I'd have translated all them bites into fish landing. I know that one over there was a solid 3-pounder. I got a bite right there too. Slowly working my way back.
I think it should be mandatory when these guys get around bedding fish that you sing some sweet, soothing, love-making songs, you know?
My mind is telling me no, but my body.
Every ounce counts. Every ounce I catch means I gotta catch them too. Catch more.
Dude, so Perkins is still at that same dock.
Oh my God, there he is.
Jesse's on him.
Jesse's on point.
Look out. He's bird dogging.
Hear that breath?
Oh yeah, you know.
Nervous. Jesse's on one of those flats. Lots of fish swimming around him. Sight fishing, but not necessarily for bedding fish. There's a lot of that going on here this week at Hartwell. It is like going to the grocery store. You don't got to cast at it if you don't think it's going to help you.
Yeah.
Pick you out a nice one over
What
there.
you want.
You know, get what you want. It's up to the fish to open its mouth, of course, but we've seen a lot of that today.
Oh, yeah. Especially with Perkins, right? He's been around the big ones.
Perkins in the grocery store right now. He's trying to. We saw him miss this fish, and then it slid back over to the bed. He just sticks with that Magdraft. Just
Committed.
certainly committed.
Let's ride, buddy.
He's hog hunting.
What do you call them? Hog heads.
Yeah, and big old hog heads come out of there.
Yep.
We're gonna need a graphic built. The Fat Cat Newton hog head of the day. Big
Right,
Bite Challenge
dude.
winner. That's a mouthful.
We could do it.
Do what now?
We're at a quad box, meaning there's 4 anglers up on screen.
Uh-huh.
You know, like a split screen, like on the news, sort of.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just showing. I'll let you sit down first, and then if they want to cut away.
Jesse said the heck with a quad box. He's getting out of there.
He
don't
got
want
fish to catch.
He
Y'all worry
clearly
about that
doesn't
TV
like
stuff.
mixing with other anglers. He wants all the. Uh-oh.
Look! Somebody's in a pickle.
I don't think he's any help.
Gotta be, yeah, carper. Gotta be carper. Around that brush, even flipping.
That cat always like to think, what's going through that bass's mind right now? I have seriously altered my future.
Out of all the guys we're
Any
watching,
help to me.
Eddie's fishing the way I would love to fish. It's that thick, nasty cover.
Definitely keeper. I don't think he'll do anything for us.
You got that fully loaded live well though.
Nope. Thank you, buddy.
Drive safe, man. Go get
Maybe
Mamaw and
gentle.
Pawpaw.
I'll be nice to them, maybe they'll be nice to me.
I'm telling you, dude. Eddie knows the drill, man. Positivity attracts positivity.
Bites in a minute's gonna turn into what we're looking for.
I will say in the last little bit, getting a lot more bites than he has been all day long. We've seen him swing a lot in the last.
matter of minutes. When I
He
made
said he
little
needed that
sound,
afternoon.
so maybe that means something. I don't know.
Hopefully the bite's heating up a little bit as we get closer to that last hour of NPFL live coverage. Of course, our angler's going to fish till 3:30 this afternoon.
Absolutely. I was just sitting here thinking, in the wind, and we saw with Mallory earlier, the last time we checked in with him. Like I said, the wind, the forecast 1 mile an hour all day, but as the day goes on, it's picking up just a little bit. And tomorrow we're going to have wind close to 10 miles per hour. Between 8 and 10 it looks like tomorrow. So
Never throw use line in the water, even if it's a little cutoff piece. Saw something right there.
Eddie out there
Oh,
taking
other
care of
day,
the environment,
that's
not
right.
throwing his
I
line
forgot
in the
to
water.
Say anything about it? The other day when I was going up this creek, there was a heron squawking. And as I was going by it, it wasn't moving. It wasn't leaving like they normally do. So, you know, and it looked funny. So I stopped and I looked at it. And it was hung on a limb line. Somebody put limb lines on this creek sometime way back when. Still had a hook on it. So I did video it. I got it on my phone. Plumb forgot about it. But I eased over there to that herring and grabbed him, got him. You know, I never put him in the boat. I just kept him out of the boat. The dude tried to peck me a couple times, and then I was able to unwrap the line around his wing, which his wing wasn't broke. Had some ruffle feathers, but it wasn't broke, and get the hook out of him. And then I turned him loose.
Attaboy, Eddie. Appreciate you, buddy.
Away.
That's how you do it.
Eddie being Dr. Doolittle out there on him a little bit.
He walked away, so I felt good that I helped one of God's creatures through a situation there. He would have never got off. He would have starved to death and died right there.
There you go, Eddie. Appreciate you.
He had a catfish hook stuck in his wing, and I don't think he'd been there all that long. But if I hadn't come along, he might have, you know, sure enough died.
That's the good stuff right there from Eddie Carper, to say the least. That's the heartwarming stories you like to hear from outdoorsmen helping other animals, you know, out there while they're on the water chasing down these bass. But speaking of good stuff, there's been a lot of good stuff today on NPFL Live, and we're going to take a look back at some of the highlights from today's live action out there on Lake Hartwell.
So, got him.
Well, Mallory.
Coming to day one, tied first with Brandon Perkins. Holding his own too, man. He's warming up as the day goes on. He's warming up.
Right. The man.
Look at that chat he's spitting up.
Brandon Perkins. We've seen him getting it done with a topwater, a Carolina rig, a Magdraft swim bait.
There's Eddie Carper.
Eddie Carper. Blue heron saving son of a gun right there.
Mr. Positive Vibes. Buck out there doing work. What he's been doing.
That's a largemouth. See that?
Uncle Buck getting it done.
He got it. There's a big one.
Jesse Wise.
Yes.
New to the camera crew here this afternoon and has been showing out since we switched the camera over to him. First year with the NPFL and a great addition for us this year. Jesse Wise and another newcomer this year, Mike Corbishly.
Not sure what else.
We got to
pet
watch
bass Gary.
Great footage earlier watching him work that bed and bass.
Finally coax that thing into biting right there. Some great stuff so far on NPFL Live as we enter the final hour of coverage today, 2 o'clock hour there at Lake Hartwell. It's been a pretty fun.
It's been fun.
Action-packed day. What do you think?
Like I said earlier, man, not as much action as I was anticipating, but the action is starting to happen like we thought it would.
That's
right.
We
were thinking we would see guys catch them early. We did. Brandon Perkins got an early limit. He's been hog hunting ever since. Corbishly as well. So that later bite, those guys are the later flights. They're going to upgrade. So that's why you got to keep an eye on that Way Live tracker because you're going to see that thing start ticking up as the day goes on.
And we were talking about this being a slugfest, a lot of fish caught. The weights yesterday were great and they were really tight, but it can be deceiving because there's so much sight fishing going on, whether it's bed fishing, you see these guys roaming on these flats, on these points. They're not setting the hook 20 times a day,
no.
Right? I mean, it's like we've said, it's the grocery store. They're going, there's a 3-pounder, going to try to catch that one. I'm not going to catch that 2-pounder. I'm going to try to catch that 3. So they're spending their time focusing on those fish that they think are going to help them get that shield at the end of the week. So not as many hook sets going on as we thought there would be, but man, like Eddie Carper, it's heating up in his area. The afternoon flights yesterday, that 5:30 flight, the weights changed on that leaderboard dramatically in the last 30, 40 minutes of the weigh-in. I think we're going to see that again today.
Absolutely, we're going to see that. And tomorrow, like I said, today, the guys, you're hearing guys talk about we want wind. And I've talked about it a couple of times today. It's calm out there. Forecast 1 mile an hour. Tomorrow, it's going to be, by the end of the day, 8 to 10 miles an hour out of the southeast. So the guys that want wind, they're going to get all the wind they want tomorrow. And they're also going to get a lot of chop just from the boat traffic alone, because it's going to be busy out there. It's Lake Hartwell with everything going on. There are going to be a lot of people out there. So the anglers today are going to have a lot of company tomorrow.
For sure. It's one of the greatest lakes in the country. And everybody in the South especially getting knocked in the head by cold fronts, knocked in the head by crazy wind. And I look at that, out of all the professional fishing events that have taken place this year, and there have been several, we've had one event that was weather short and crazy weather. It's been going on. I look at this today, this like, where'd this come from? This is Chamber of Commerce, beautiful weather. So supposed to have that again tomorrow in the Anderson area. Going to be a lot of folks out on the water. Let's take a look at our unofficial top 10 on this Weigh Live leaderboard. Everything is unofficial until that drive-through weigh-in with Big Al McCullough bringing you the boom at Green Pond. Let's take a look now. These guys, we encourage them sometimes a little more, give them a little nudge during the day.
Persuade them in an aggressive manner.
Absolutely. Agree. Yeah, we put them in a headlock every now and then. Mike Corbishly, unofficially on top, 31-14. We've seen it there, that last cull. His buddy Gary finally making it into the boat. Brandon Perkins, who is around a lot of big fish. If you're just happening to tune in, it's like there's a 4, there's a 5, there's a 3 all day long with Brandon. So I expect him to swing again before this day's over with a big one. And it's going to come. He doesn't have a 5-pounder. Mike does. And Watson alluded to that earlier today. The guy that catches a 5+ the last 2 days going to be the guy that takes home that shield tomorrow, most likely, because there's a big difference on this lake in a 4- and 5-pounder for sure.
The good news for Perkins, he's around them.
A lot of them, it sounds like. We've seen them today.
Exactly.
We've got to share. Great camera work out there. We've been seeing those big ones all day long. Drew 6, a guy that started out in our top 5, fell out there for a little bit, has fought his way back in unofficially in 3rd place. Buck Mallory, our co-leader yesterday with Brandon Perkins in 4th place. John Hookup Soakup, Kevin Rogers, a couple Bass Tank pros right there.
Dude, they're trying to work their way up in the camera range.
That's
top
right.
5 get a camera tomorrow, and them Bass Tank boys, they trying to get a piece
I
of that
would love
pie.
to have both those guys alive tomorrow.
Dude, Kevin Rogers is my guy. I talked about it at Cumberland. He was my pick for Cumberland. I said at Cumberland that the guy from AOY from last year, the biggest movement we're going to see from those progressive AOY points, the standings at the end of last year, the most growth we're going to see will be out of Kevin Rogers in the 2nd season of NPFL here in 2022. The man's on a mission. If you keep up with him on the socials and everything else, I'm a Kevin Rogers fanboy, and I'm sorry, it's obvious. I'm going to talk about it.
Do you have a Kevin Rogers t-shirt on that says Crappie King, a tattoo?
I admire just the willing to get better. And the dude's on point. He's killing it. So
And tons and tons and tons of success in the crappie fishing world. Crappie tournaments, over 40 wins. We call him the Crappie King here. But not a lot of success in the bass world. Just kind of dipping his toe into professional bass fishing starting last year. Had some decent tournaments, but some rocky events. And this year he's like, nope. He took a big win on Lake of the Ozarks the other day we saw. And so he's definitely going to be in the mix going into Showdown Saturday. And we hope we get to hang with the Crappie King tomorrow and learn from the Crappie King. Jesse Wise, Bryant Smith, Josh Teat, and Jesse Millsaps. We saw his son Logan unofficially earlier in the top 10, but Jesse, unbelievable sight fisherman. Not a shock to see him in that top 10.
Yeah, it's a cool story having Jesse and his son both fishing with us here at NPFL. So good stuff.
We've got some brothers. We got some father-son combos. It's a good time here at the National Professional Fishing League. Of course, this is stop number 2. We'll have 4 more this year. Then we're going to decide that Progressive Angler of the Year winner at the end of the year, the Golden Shield, we like to call that. So more action to come. About a little less than an hour to go. You got to put up with me and the Big Cat. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to get back out on the water now with some Buck Mallory, the co-leader from yesterday, unofficially in 4th place, the Michigan Angler.
Familiar setting for Buck Mallory. This is what fooled me earlier. I thought he was, watching his graphs, thinking he was looking at the fish on his graphs, but that's not the case. He can actually physically see them. That water's deceiving. You think he's in deep water, but he's not.
Hey, Buck, talk to me. Give me an
Update? Things have slowed down. And I'm confused and curious to where these fish have went to. I got a lot of spotted bass still showing up, but with it being as dead calm as it is, they're not playing at all, and I cannot spot a largemouth to save my life. I have not seen a largemouth other than the little one that I just caught a little bit ago that was like a small cull, and I don't know how. Ooh, that might be something good there.
I like that.
Oh, that's a spot too, but I don't think we're gonna get it to come. Sorry guys, hold on a second.
Do your thing.
Hey, we got all the time in the world,
bud.
He's not interested at all. Ooh, maybe, nope. He's gonna keep moving. The largemouth have just kind of disappeared on me. And I don't know what happened, but I'm just trying to cover points as quickly as I can now until I can either get a reaction bite or a largemouth to show its face. There's something about them, I don't know what it is, but they're just more aggressive in general right now. That's not normal, I don't think, but as of lately, I've had better luck getting the largemouth to go than anything. And I'm just sitting here spinning my wheels a little bit right now, but we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna do the best we can and try to rally back a little bit of this, because I know I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball, but I think I can make it work here.
Bug's starting talking us through this,
dude,
Ben.
and I can appreciate the transparency, like really giving
I
us
need
a
to at
look
least salvage what I can
to what's going on inside his head.
And he knows he's off the pace right now. I mean, obviously, that pace that he, Perkins, and the rest of our top 5, top 10 set yesterday, he's way below the mark right now with a few hours to go. So he knows that. And saying he's not seeing those bigger largemouth today with his eyeballs. He's not seeing them. He's seeing more spotted bass. They don't weigh as much typically. There's some nice spots in this lake, great spots. We saw Perkins with a 4-pounder yesterday. Right. There's several 3s and 4s swimming around this lake, but he's not seeing that quality that he would like to see. And those largemouth definitely push you up in that 16, 17, 18 to 20-pound range for sure, some of these bigs. But using his eyes a lot like Jesse Wise, who we're going to go catch back up with now. We've seen Jesse. He's got his head on a swivel out there on Lake Hartwell. Fishing for Paul today. I like that.
That was good stuff.
I wonder if they get a sandwich.
That's like they're having a good time.
Now we're with the NPFL, National Professional Fishing League.
Tell them, Jesse.
You think she just said, "Where's Fat Cat?" Probably
did.
Looking for child support money or something.
Treetop tall.
Is it true he moves his lips and shakes his hips?
That's right.
This is where I caught my 3-pounder yesterday.
I'm all about some Lake Hartwell, some Anderson County.
And I watched 4 or 5 more. Eat it. But they didn't stay hooked up yesterday. I don't know why. They were just biting funny.
It was good to see a positive interaction with a bass boat and kayak. Because what I'm getting at is a lot of times, the etiquette out in the water, you're fishing close to shore, and them not knowing, they're out pleasuring, and they might just come through, not between yourself and what you're throwing at, not knowing any difference. So it was good to see that.
Just out there paddling around,
having a good time. Enjoying that beautiful Lake Hartwell and awesome weather they're having down there. Wow. Is he bird dogging? Did he see one?
I feel like when you see Jesse kind of tighten up like that, it's about to happen.
What I'm talking about. He's pointing.
He got it. I don't know. That fish was a long ways out there.
That's awesome. Jesse Wise hooked up yet again. Using those peepers to spot them. Polarized glasses and getting after it.
Listen.
It's a pretty one. That's a pretty one. Come right here beside the seat. Yes, sir.
Attaboy.
Yes, sir, baby.
Boom goes a dynamite.
Here's a John Brown good one.
Oh, big spot.
Look at that. Look at that.
Girthy.
Some might say, all gut, no butt.
Ah!
Even.
Huh?
Some people.
That's a good one.
Some people would say that. I'm going to start posting that on social media, I think.
You won't do it.
I bet. Say I won't, buddy. Jesse Wise. It's a good spot.
Yeah, it is.
One of the biggest we've seen
You're kind of cold
today,
this
for
is.
sure. He's unofficially saying he's got 15 pounds. If that ends up being his smallest, and I'm not sure, but
I done forgot. I think it's yellow.
We're gonna see.
I think it's yellow.
We're gonna see what he's culling here. There's some meat coming out of there.
Yeah, it is.
Hold on, easy, girls, easy. I'm gonna put one of you back. It's green. Oh, greenie.
Not a giant, but it's
greenie
a
with
good.
black. Pretty sure it's a cub.
Yeah, the fish he called doesn't call. He's got more than 15.
Oh, yeah. That's one thing about spots I learned, man. They are
Thank you for the ride, darling.
They're dense.
deceiving.
Yeah.
Very dense. Yeah, man.
Thick.
You get them, they got a long, skinny tail, but man,
You catch a 14-incher and
they're top heavy like
yeah.
me. Like a daggone gallon of milk walking around on popsicle sticks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse's getting it all sorted out. We're gonna.
I like it too. Go ahead.
Oh man, it's good stuff, man.
It is, man.
Look how shallow it is. That far off the bank. It's such a unique unique situation these guys are running into. And Jesse's going to make a little move. We are going to go check out our fine sponsors here at the National Professional Fishing League. We appreciate each and every one of them. We'll see you on the other side at Lake Hartwell for some more Day 2 action.
So, you're looking to buy fishing electronics, huh? Are you also looking for true experts to help guide you through it? Well, at the Bass Tank, you've come to the right place. We are live forward-facing sonar pioneers with thousands of hours spent learning through winning trophies, cashing checks, and just having fun. Whatever brand you need, we have it. We offer free shipping, and we have 2 financing options available. Our experts are here to help you. Call us today or visit thebasstank.com.
This is my passion, and this is my tackle store. Because Fisherman Central is owned and operated by a group of anglers who are as passionate about fishing as I am. That's why you'll find the highest quality tackle from names you know. Plus hard to find lures designed to give you that extra edge on the water. And they all come with expert advice on how to use them. It's like having a tackle store in your neighborhood, no matter where you live. So visit one of our 2 Ohio locations or shop online from anywhere. At Fisherman Central, our passion is catching.
I'm Doug Chapin, and this is how I fish fully loaded.
Serving the marine industry since 1980.
That's 42 years.
Pro Guide Lithium, power perfected.
Check them out at ProGuideBatteries.com or your local Pro Guide dealer.
All right, guys, no insurance talk on beach day.
I'm down.
Yes, please.
Don't get me wrong, I love my RV, but insuring it is such a hassle.
Same with my boat. The insurance bills are through the roof.
Be cool.
I wish I could group my insurance stuff. Like the house, the car, the RV.
Like a cluster, an insurance cluster.
Yeah, I doubt that exists.
The bundle! It's a bundle and it saves you money! Hi, I'm Will from Progressive and I couldn't help it over here. Super fun beach day, everybody.
Welcome back to beautiful Lake Hartwell, Anderson, South Carolina.
Mike Corbishly back at it again.
Trying to find another Gary.
Gary.
Hopefully Tina. Gary's girlfriend.
Trying to find a Fa-Fa-Fooey. Howard Stern reference, whatever.
Here we go.
Oh, snuck back there on the back deck. Back over to SpongeBob.
Ooh.
It's biting the tail. Really?
Can we have Mike move so I can see the fish better?
What's that?
I can't see this one as good one. It's good.
We got two, but only one really wants to play, and I can't seem to cast. The female's kind of out there in the abyss somewhere. This male, every time I'm getting him to get closer and closer. He's doing a lot of big circles, but he still will help. It's a little bit tougher to see versus that last bed. I've got him to bite a couple times. He's really thinking about it. Really thinking about it.
Sounds like spring.
Doesn't it?
We've said that all day, but it's just nice to not be in rain suits and wind coming in sideways.
I think it's about a 3-pounder. Once again, I can't really tell. I know it'll help. Now he's swimming at the boat.
It's interesting how he has the boat positioned. He's got it nose to the shore, power pulled in the back.
He's looking at it. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it.
And one of my favorite things about this event so far too, it's old school. Using your eyeballs, not using your electronics as much.
See that roll?
Like you said,
even though we love the electronics tournaments, we love the forward-facing sonar tournaments, watching the guys utilize every tool they have.
I like seeing him, how he's got the cameraman to the front of the boat to position him to see where he's casting. He's on the back of the boat.
About the only thing these guys are using their electronics for, marking waypoints this week, where these bedders are, where these wolf packs are.
Or a stepping stool like we saw Corbishly do earlier. Just
that's right. They're using them for that too.
Get a little perch to get that
beat down mounts, a little bit of strength to support you. Guys like you and I, we can't really stand on our electronics that much.
Yeah.
Because we'll be going to the bass tank because we'll be shattering our screens if we get on there. Bass Tank, of course, a fine sponsor of the NPFL. A lot of people ask, what is the Bass Tank? So we let John Soakup, one of our NPFL anglers, one of the owners of the Bass Tank, explained that to us the other day. Man, they're just a quality electronics installer and dealer
One of
There
the
in
best.
Oklahoma.
Absolutely. We were talking about stepping on your electronics and things of that nature, going back over to beat down with the beat down mount. You're not stepping on beat down mounts. They're set to the side and they set up like a pedestal where it goes straight up. And if you want to get one of those and get it installed, the place to go is the bass tank. Any electronical, anything you need when it comes to fishing is a bass tank deal. They can handle all your fishing electronic needs.
Bass tank.
You're welcome. Them boys are on point though. Definitely pioneers in the game when it comes to forward-facing sonar. How it works, knowing how it works, how to get yours dialed in.